understand it.
This torpedo firing switch was working great until he took sight on that sub, and then nothing.
For once we let a nip off the hook. The question now is, how do we get off the hook with Binghamton? Oh, no, wouldn't you know it? Old Leadbottom's waiting for us on the dock. Now, look, when we get in, let me do the talking, will you? Huh, Chuck?
Sure, Skip. I still don't get it. Normally, all you have to do is just touch this button real light, and pow, those torpedoes take off like a shot.
Chuck, what did you do? That fish is heading right for the landing. Captain Binghamton, look out!
Well, I fixed it.
You, see this speck right here?
Oh, yes, sir. Here, I'll get it. Now, don't you move a muscle, sir.
Here. Ow! You clumsy, what are you? That's not a fly. That's your next duty station. You read me? Your next duty station.
Well, now, you gotta admit, sir, it's shaped like a fly.
No, wait a minute, Captain. That's Uratuva. And the nymph fleet uses that sandbar for target practice every time they sail by, sir.
Uh-huh, and I am going to use it as a one-man lookout station. Or should I say a one-klutz lookout station?
Oh, but, sir, putting Mr. Parker on there is practically like it's just like a death sentence.
That's right, McHale, and the punishment fits the crime. This squirrel has made his last attempt on my life, believe me.
I'd like to see where I'm going again, sir.
I'm not going to wait for the nips. I'm going to kill
No, sir, no, wait a minute, sir. It was just an accident. Hold it.
Oh, Captain Binghamton, sir. Sir, I've got the most amazing news. A transport plane to Australia was just forced down here with engine trouble. And, sir, guess who's aboard?
What are we going to do now? Play 20 questions? What are you barging in here
No,
for?
sir, please, sir, this is very important. 3 of the passengers were canteen girls on their way to Sydney, Australia to work in the Servicemen's Club. And, sir, one of them says she's your niece.
I don't care if she says she's the Queen of Sheba. My niece?
Yes, sir.
Pardon me, sir.
Cynthia?
I'd like to see where I'm going.
For goodness sake. I didn't expect you here.
Well, I don't know for sure, sir.
Get him out of here. Start packing before I really lose my temper.
Yes, sir, but, sir, won't you give Mr. Parker a break,
Yes,
sir?
I'll give him a break from one earlobe to the other. Now get him out now.
All right, you heard the captain. Go. Go. You please go. Here we go. Get out.
Come on,
Terribly sorry, mister. You all right?
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I was in a big hurry.
Cynthia, my dear, I'm so good.
I beg your pardon, sir. You're pressing my vaccination.
I'll bet you. Mikhail, I told you to get this butter brain out of here.
Sir, we were just going.
Oh, Uncle Wally, they've been so nice.
All right. Here.
Boys.
I got him. Get them.
Thank you, Ensign. You're very nice.
I am? Well, see, somebody in your family appreciates me.
Get out of here. Dismissed. Have a good day. Packing.
Yes. Bye-bye. Nice meeting you, ma'am.
Well, my dear, let me look at you. You do look lovely. What a surprise this is. My favorite niece dropping in out of the blue. And oh, isn't that wonderful? We're going to have to show her a good time, aren't we, Elroy?
You can count on that, sir. If you forgive me for putting it this way, Miss Prentice, I play an absolutely wonderful game of Chinese checkers.
Well, that's just swell, Lieutenant, but I've got a lot of studying to do.
Elroy, you don't know this, but my niece is a very educated young lady. She already has an M.A. in anthropology.
Anthropology? Oh, well.
That's the reason I took my canteen duty tour in the South Pacific, so that I could study the Aboriginal types.
Oh.
Look out, Elroy. She's staring at you.
Me?
Well, you have to excuse me. I'm going to go back to my quarters and get settled. I'll call you.
Oh,
when
wonderful,
I'm
wonderful.
ready.
And I'm going to show you just a marvelous time, my dear.
Good.
See you later.
Bye now.
Goodbye. Oh, I love that girl.
Oh, she does have a lot of charm, sir. And brains, too.
Yeah, she does, and her mother is loaded.
Oh, that's too bad, sir. Has she been drinking long?
Drinking? You nitwit. She doesn't. She's rich. When she hears what a wonderful time I've shown her daughter, she's going to thank me from the bottom of her pocketbook.
I'm afraid I don't quite understand that.
Don't you see, after the war, when I need a loan to go into business, then What am I explaining it to you? You just make sure that you take her out on a date tonight and every night that she's here.
Oh, don't you worry about that, sir. I'll take care of that. And who knows, if all goes well, maybe I'll be calling you Uncle Wally, too. Uncle Wally.
Uncle, wouldn't that be something?
Yes, sir.
Oh, get out of here. Uncle Wally.
Skip, there's got to be some way of conning old lead bottom out of this.
Yeah, sure there is, Skip. Maybe if you talk to him.
Oh, yeah, Binghamton's gonna do us a favor.
Well, now, just a minute. Binghamton might just be able to do somebody a favor at that.
Ah, come on, Skip. He wouldn't do his own mother a favor if her life depended on it.
Look, I'm not talking about Binghamton's mother. I'm talking about his niece.
His niece?
That's right. She might just be able to get your orders changed, baby.
Now, why would you do a thing like that, Skip? I hardly know the girl.
Well, that's right. But she's going to get to know you a whole lot better once you turn on that old Parker charm. You know, a few sweet nothings whispered in her ear.
No, I don't know, Skip. Last time I tried to whisper sweet nothings to a girl, I got my nose caught in her earring.
Come on, a handsome bachelor like you, why, just one little sexy twitch of that eyelid and Cynthia will be begging Binghamton not to ship you out.
Listen, Skip, you're right, Mr. Parker.
She won't be able to resist you.
Hey, you really think so? I mean, a sexy twitch, huh?
That's it!
Believe me, Miss Prentice, I've never met a girl like you before. There's such mystery in your eyes.
Lieutenant Carpenter, report to base operations immediately. Lieutenant Carpenter, report to base operations on...
You'll have to excuse me, Cynthia. Duty calls.
Report to base operations immediately.
He fell for it. Okay, Casanova, go on there and do your stuff the way Virgil showed you.
And just remember the 3 S's. Smooth, suave, and sophisticated.
Ensign Parker, what are you doing here?
Well, I just wanted to see how you're doing. How are you doing?
Well, fine.
See, you're doing fine. You're doing all right. Well, you want to... can I offer you a suave? Suave. Cigarette. Suave. Cigarette. Oh, here. Allow me. I picked this up in Paris. I do that a lot in Paris. Here you want to take the one on the... it's a no smoking area. Well, enough this small talk. Nice night out, isn't it? Why don't we just sit here on the bench and enjoy it together? The moon, the stars, and the knothole.
Knothole?
I got my thumb in a knothole. It's not. Don't worry now. I'll have it. Just a matter of. There. Here we are. Maybe I better give it up. Well, why don't you tell me about yourself?
Oh, let's not talk about me. Actually, you're much more interesting.
I am. I am? I mean, I am.
Oh, you certainly are. As a matter of fact, I never thought I'd ever meet anybody quite like you.
You didn't? Well, Mother always said I was different.
Oh, you're a lot more than that. In fact, it's hard to believe somebody like you still exists.
It is. I bet it is. Well, I'm really not that special. I'm just like any other suave, sophisticated, smooth American kid. See? I fall down, go boom, just like anybody else.
Oh, now that I've found you, I'm not going to let you go for a minute. Come on, let's go back to my quarters.
Right. Wait a minute. Your quarters? Oh, now, wait a minute. You got me all wrong. I'm not that kind of kid.
I'm teaching him how to operate?
Yeah, it's a little offbeat, but he does have a technique, all right.
Now, look, you come another step closer to me and I'll scream. I can do it.
I just can't believe this. You have a cranial capacity of 1,220 centimeters.
You?
And look at that sloping forehead. The high cheekbone. The weak chin. The sunken eyes.
Well, you see, I haven't been too well lately.
I can hardly believe it. You bear an amazing resemblance to the Peking man.
I do. Well, now that's funny. My mother told me folks came from Rhode Island. I gotta get going. It sure has been swell. A lot of personals in there.
Now, please, Ensign Parker. Charles, I must examine you. I don't want anybody else to know about my discovery.
Brother, what an operator. Skip, you better go down there and give them the clincher before they barricade the door.
You're right.
Oh, Charles, please. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to measure your trapezius.
Well, it's doing fine. I measured it this morning, and it's growing like a weed.
Will you please get down from there?
Oh. Hi there. I'm sorry to break it up, kids, but, Chuck, don't you think you better get your gear packed?
Packed? Now? Oh, what for?
Chuck, you mean to tell me you didn't tell Miss Prentice about Captain Binghamton shipping you out first thing in the morning?
Well, I couldn't work it into the conversation.
Well, he can't go now. I'm on the verge of making a very important anthropological discovery.
To discover. Oh, yes. Well, that's too bad, ma'am. But, you see, your uncle's a very stubborn man, and none of us could get him to change his mind.
Oh, well, maybe not. But he'll listen to me. Don't you worry, my little specimen. You're not going anywhere.
Let me help you. Chuck, you're a magician. You got that captain's niece wrapped right around your little finger.
Well, anybody with a sloping forehead could have done the same thing.
But, my dear, what do you mean I can't ship Parker out? That nitwit is a menace to the entire war effort.
That's not important, Uncle Wally. Scientifically speaking, he's a magnificent specimen.
Of what? A ring-tailed baboon?
Chronologically, he may fit somewhere between the great apes and the Cro-Magnon man.
I don't care if he's a cross between Tarzan and Rima the bird girl he's shipping out in the morning.
Well, all right, Uncle Wally. If you insist. Just don't know what Mother will say when she hears about this.
Her mother? Oh, you mean Martha?
You know how Mother is. She may never forgive you for coming between me and the only man I've ever been interested in.
The only man you've ever been interested in? But I don't see any need, my dear, to bother your mother with a thing like this. Perhaps you're right. Parker can stay for a few more days.
A few more days would never be enough, Uncle Wally. I need months, maybe years.
Months, years?
Oh, Uncle Wally, I could spend a lifetime with him. He's such a challenge.
A lifetime with that clutch?
Oh, Uncle Wally, thank you. I can hardly wait to tell Charles the good news. Good night.
She must be putting me on to spend a lifetime with that dodo. It almost sounds as if she wanted to marry him. She wouldn't do that. She couldn't do... No. She wouldn't marry that bird brain. Parker, no. He'll never get in my family. Never. No, never. Hello, Gladys. It's me, it's Wallikins. I bet that little minx is waiting in the other room for me. Gladys! Oh!
Hi, Uncle Wallikins. Welcome home from the war.
Parker, what are you doing in my house?
Huh? Oh, our house, Uncle Wally. Cynthia and I live here now, too, you know.
Well, over my dead body you live here. Whoever gave you an idea like that? Ho, ho, ho.
Who? Martha, that's who. My mother-in-law. Your sister-in-law. Old Moneybags.
Old Moneybags or not, I am not going to put up with this outrage.
Wally, baby! Oh, boy! You're safe for sunrise! This calls for a real drink, baby.
Oh, no, McHale. What are you doing in my house?
Well, didn't Chucky baby tell you, Wally, baby? We're not going to move in the house, kid. We're going to move in the guest house.
Who is we?
What a crazy pad. Hey! Greetings, fellow veterans. It's old lovable Lester, returning from the wars. Which way to cruise?
McHale, you get this zoot bum out of here before I... Crazy spittoon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's my priceless Ming base. Don't have it, that's my priceless base.
Tell you what we'll do, Wally, baby. Let's play keep away. Here you go, Chuck.
No, with the Ming base. No, stop with the Ming base. That's my priceless Ming base. No, my priceless Ming base. No, I won't let you... Parker. McHale. I was dreaming. Parker didn't marry my niece. He's not my nephew. He never will be. Never. Get Baker Man and McHale on the double.
Hey, what a man.
Oh, you sure knocked that dial off her feet.
Yeah, she's a cinch to get your transfer canceled.
Hello? Oh, yes, Captain. Yes. Anything wrong?
Wrong. Wrong isn't the word for it, McHale. If you think that I'm going to let that imbecile Parker marry into my family, then you've got another thing coming. I wouldn't let Parker marry Cynthia if he was the last Cro-Magnon on Earth.
Marry your niece? Mr. Parker? Hey, Cynthia?
Don't you play coy with me, McHale. And you're going to pay for the vase, too. How do you like that? Parker is shipping out to Yorutuba at 0900 hours in the morning, and they're never going to see each other again. Never.
Hey, Chuck. What did you do to that gal? I mean, you never told us that she wants to marry you.
Well, now, you gotta believe me. I didn't touch her.
Well, that day must have flipped.
Yeah, just one date and she wants to get hitched.
Well, I sure shook up Binghamton.
Of all the lousy breaks.
Well, I guess I better go pack again.
Now, wait a minute. There must be some way out of... Look, the only reason that Binghamton is shipping you out is to keep you from marrying his niece, right?
I didn't touch her.
Well, I know. But supposing we convinced this girl anthropologist to call off the wedding, huh? Binghamton would be so grateful, he'd have to take you off the hook.
Yeah,
Well, if you'll just ease off, I'll tell you. It's all very simple.
Tell us.
She wants a caveman. We'll give her one.
Thank you.
Please, ma'am, it's not too late to turn back.
Well, listen, honest, we know Mr. Parker much better than you do.
Oh, don't be silly. We get along just fine.
Well, okay, ma'am, he's in there. But don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Charles, it's me, Cynthia. Charles, you really gave me a start there. Well, I just had to see you today. I came over.
I want woman!
Charles, for heaven's sakes, control yourself. I just want to ask you a few questions. Now, Charles, tell me, where were you born?
Cleveland. I got one question.
For heaven's sakes.
I want woman!
You went this way last night? Charles, what's the matter with you? What are you acting like this? Charles, help! Somebody help me!
Did I hear somebody yell for help? Chuck! Who turned you loose? Are you all right?
Come on, sir. Stand back. Heel. Your head. Heel.
I not want heel. I want woman!
Man, he's horrible.
Yes, we all know about the ensign. That's why we keep him under wraps until sundown. Grab him, men, and chain him to the wall. Surround him.
I had no idea. I never realized.
Yes, he even fooled the Navy doctors, man. Condition red! Condition red!
He's too much for us!
Get hold of it! Oh, run, miss, run. It's your only chance. Oh. Run!
Well, I guess that takes care of that romance. Wow, was Mr. Parker a beast?
He's off a hook for sure.
That's an Oscar-winning performance if ever I... Hi. What would you know about an Oscar-winning performance? All right, you kidnappers, where's she? Where?
Oh, you mean your niece, sir? Oh, she's fine. Fine.
What in the name of John Paul Jones was that?
How about the parrots? Parrots, yes, sir. The jungles are full of them today, sir.
Well, I demand to know what you've done with my niece.
Oh, she's fine. She's fine, sir. She just went for a nice little stroll in the jungle.
Oh, Cynthia, my dear, what's wrong? You all right?
Oh, Uncle Wally, thank goodness you're here.
Oh, just tell me what they've done to you and they'll hang. I promise
Oh,
you
it's
they'll
not
hang.
them, Uncle Wally. It's that awful, horrible man.
What man? Point them out to me. I'll tear them apart.
No.
Parker, I should have known.
Hi, Captain. I mean, you, Captain. Me, Ensign.
No, don't do it, Captain. Don't do
You
it.
tried to disable me so I couldn't stop the wedding.
Wedding? What wedding?
For your wedding, this ape.
Uncle Wally, you've got to be kidding. I would marry him if my life depended on it.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah, I told you, Captain. Nothing to get so worked up about.
Well, you told me you were willing to spend months, years, a lifetime with him.
To study, yes. But to marry, ugh. Just imagine what Mother will say when I tell her about this.
Your mother? In other words, there's no need to tell your money. Your mother.
No, wait a minute, Captain. Wait. Look, you should be all smiles now that the marriage is off.
Yeah, and I'll write an apology to Cynthia's mother. What more do you want?
What more do I want? I want my hands around your dirty little neck.
Oh, no, Captain, wait!
You'll swing, Fred.
Oh, why did I ever leave my old tramp steamer?
Captain! Parker, you halt. That's an order. You come back here, Parker. It's not going to do you any good to hide. I'll track you to the ends of the earth. All right, Parker, now I've got you, and that disguise isn't going to do you one bit of good.
Sir, couldn't I apologize?
No, get out of here. Another thing, Parker, if he's Parker, then I mean, yes, want to see you.
Boy, it's a good thing we had Gargantua standing by here, huh? Nice going, old paisan.
You, paisan. Me, Fuji.
Well timed.
Good old cheap Wabango.
Yeah, we bring the surplus K rations and he supplies the dames. Wowee, that's what I call lend-lease.
Hey, Fuji, Got my shoe shine?
No have time for shoes. Still work on Willy's shirts. Spend all day washing socks, pressing pants. Regular sweatshop.
You sure you feel okay, Fuji?
Hey, is anything wrong?
Yeah, Fuji tired being left home. I just a Nipponese Cinderella.
Sure, that's rough, Fuji, but after all, you are a PW and...
How you feel stay home every night? Do crossword puzzle? Not have date with girls since 3-day pass at Yokohama.
That was years ago. Poor guy. No wonder he takes so many cold showers.
Hey, wait a minute, guys. I got an idea. What do you say we sneak Fuji out with us just this once?
Hey, that's good.
You mean Fuji can come to party?
Sure, why not?
Sure, just as long as you leave a couple of girls for us. Go, boy.
Boy, we gonna have a ball
Hey, come on, will you bunch of prima donnas? You take any longer and the chief will start inviting Marines.
Banzai, you lover boy. We almost ready.
All right, that's my... hold it. Well, what's this wee bit? And lover boy?
Skip, we thought we'd take Fuji with us.
He's forgotten what dames look like.
Oh, that's silly. They're the ones that are built so funny. I mean, you've seen them.
You gotta realize, if those natives over there spot you as a PW, word'll get right back to Binghamton, and we'll all end up in the brig.
But Skip, they don't have to know he's a PW. We can lend him one of our outfits, and he can go as one of the crew.
Oh, sure, and I'll go as Shirley Temple.
You'd never get away with it, Skip. I mean, you know, she had the blonde curly hair, and you didn't mean it.
But, Skip, it'll work. Look, we'll just put a hat on him like this, and we'll palm him off as a Hawaiian.
I just sailor boy from Honolulu.
We're gonna make it Brooklyn. I think we can get away with it, Skip.
Come on, Skip.
Have a heart.
He deserves a fling.
I work double time. Make special sukiyaki dinner.
Hey,
you like that stuff?
All right. Stop the bombardment. All right, you can go, Fuji. But this is positively the first and last time. You understand? All of you.
Well, let's go, you bunch of stepsisters. Let's get Cinderella here ready for the ball.
McHale, I got you this time. That's a plank, and you're gonna walk it. That's an order. Get out on that plank, McHale. All right. Now jump. Jump.
Yes, sir.
Jump. What are you doing? Out of your mind? What is that? Why?
Sir, you told me to jump, so I'm jumping, sir.
Not you, you dodo. Stop with the jumping already. I want to talk to you. Talking to McHale. I was having the most marvelous dream over there. I had him out on the plank. I was just about to have him I ought to give you a good one.
But, sir, I just got an urgent signal from Comfleet. A VIP from Washington is flying in here tomorrow, sir, to inspect our base.
Drat.
What's it?
Drat. VIP, that's all I need. Nosing around here, inspecting everything. What's the matter? Don't they trust us?
Well, sir, with men like Commander McHale around here, I don't blame them for inspecting.
That's just the thing, McHale. He'll get in there, he'll foul up the whole inspection just to get me in trouble. Come on, let's go. We're gonna pay a little surprise visit to McHale and his seagoing mafia.
But, sir, don't you think it would be a much...
I give you an order, you jump.
Yes, sir.
Stop that, you bouncing boob.
But
Keep your eye on the bouncing boob.
Hello, Chief Wabungo. Nibo Manakuna. Chief Wabungo. We bring favorite present, K-ration. Good. Marukana Malai. All fella joint party.
How come you never ride?
So we dance it up.
Just you and me, huh?
Who him, McHale? Me no see him before.
Oh, excuse me, Chief. He's a new seaman we have, yeah? His name is Freddy Fujihan.
I dig you, Daddy. crazy.
How about that, all-American boy?
Funny-looking American. Oh, well, he's part Hawaiian, you know, eh?
He's from Honolulu. Honolulu.
Ah, Solani, my daughter. Like you to meet new American sailor. Him named Freddie.
Freddie?
Hey, Fred!
So, I mean, hiya, chick. What's cooking?
You cute. You like dance with me?
Dance?
Go ahead, Freddie. Go ahead. You ought to see him, Chief. He's a real swinger.
Hey, give him a little room there, boys. Oh, Inga mata kubai.
Maloko.
Hey, who's this charming character? He Maloko. He bad medicine. Inga guru kubai maloko.
He say he and I go canoe ride now.
You, my date. Maybe he like good judo chop.
Hey, no fight now, no fight. Munga hinga. Yankee, go home. Sorry, McHale, he having very bad temper.
Skip, are you going to let him get away with that?
Stealing Freddie's girl.
Skip, let's go get him.
He can't push us Americans around.
All right, knock it off, you jokers. Now, we're not here looking for any trouble.
We don't have to look for it. It found us.
Binghamton.
Oi, vey.
Get lost, Freddie, get lost. Hi, Captain.
All right, everybody, reach for the sky.
Oh, no, now, belay the firearms, Captain. After all, we're just here for a little afternoon tea.
Tea, huh? How nice. I see you brought the crumpets. All right, Elroy, seize those K-rations. They're government property.
Yes, sir. Yanga, belong to me. Mingo.
Oh, Mingo, you Polynesian pea brain, you. Now, you get lost before I have you stuffed and sent back to the States as a mummy.
Easy does it, Captain. He's the chief. You're making him lose face, sir.
Well, with his face, I'm doing him a favor. Now, beat it, you hokey cannibal.
Mingo, down there. William, come.
Now, from now on, this disaster area is off limits to the Navy.
Oh, but, Captain, you can't do that, sir. This tribe depends on us for a living. Without our trade, they'll starve.
Oh, somebody get me a violin. Get back to the base, McHale, and that goes for your gang of high school dropouts.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute, sir. I happen to have graduated, and with flying colors.
Give you a flying boot right in your... Move out. We got a command inspection coming up.
Well, you needn't worry about us, sir. We'll be ready.
Well, you'd better be ready, and your base had better be 100% ship-shape, or I'll have you thrown in the brig for stealing government property. You read me? Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. Anybody ever tell you you're a party pooper?
Into each life a little rain, but...
You're not such a good weapons man, either.
No. Come on, you meatheads. Let's lay into it. Come on, elbows and backs, backs and elbows. Today's the day for the VIP inspection.
What a bum rap.
I am going to write my congressman.
How do you get out of this chicken navy?
Well, I'm going to show you how, boy.
You guys think we've got it bad. Look at poor Fuji. Poor guy. Didn't sleep all night.
You wait, balls in your ideas. Doggone it. I knew I had a feeling right from the start. Hold it. Here he comes.
Let's try to cheer him up.
Hey, it's coffee break.
Nothing like a hot cup of java.
Boy, Fuji.
Thanks, Samurai. Here you are, Chuck. Help yourself, boys. Well, down the hatch. Break! This stuff got soap in it. Hey, Fuji, what are you trying to do to us?
Huh? Oh, so sorry. Fuji goofed. Guess I threw out coffee. Keep dishwater. Slani. My Slani.
Oh, come on, Fuji. Things aren't so bad.
Yeah, listen, she's really crazy about you.
Why don't you ask her for a date?
Sure, make some time. Take her out canoeing.
Hey! Got the idea. All right if I borrow PT boat?
What? 73?
That really impressed Slani.
Hey, how about it, Skip?
Now, wait a minute. You guys going out of your mind? He can't have the boat, and that's final. Huh.
Okay. Farewell, old friends. Sayonara!
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Swim to main base, turn self in. Without Slani, who cares?
Don't let him do it. Let him have the boat, just one.
One little ride won't make any difference.
Oh, brother, how did I get into this?
Skip, what do you say?
Oh, all right. All right, we'll take Solani for a boat ride, but only a short one, you understand?
Yeah!
Now, you hear this, Lieutenant. I want every vehicle in your motor pool gleaming. And another thing.
Captain Binghamton.
I want to make sure.
Sir, the surgeon message just came in.
Hello?
And...
Hello there. Lieutenant?
Oh, my goodness.
You nitwit.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, sir. Give it to me. Maybe I can connect you up again.
Just get away from me, you
if you would let go. I'm sorry, sir. Here, sir.
Oh, no. No.
Bad news, sir?
No.
Oh, no.
No. It's worse than that. That VIP from Washington, he's an undersecretary of state, and he's coming here on a diplomatic mission.
An undersecretary of state, sir? Oh, I'd better get out the good china.
Oh, am I the good China? Get out my stomach pills. He's coming here to check on the friendly relations between the United States Navy and the natives.
Friendly relations, sir? Well, we'd better not meet up with Chief Wabango, not after the things you called him, sir. Remember a Hokie cannibal and a pea-brain Polynesian?
Shut up.
Do you...
The chief squeals to the undersecretary of state. I can just kiss my career goodbye. Only one thing to do.
Where are you going, sir?
I'm going to a double feature.
Oh, a what?
I'm going to see McHale. He's so palsy-walsy with that moldy chief that he can fix things up for me before the Undersecretary of State gets here.
Oh, brilliant, sir. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, sir, there's nobody who can cover up his blunders the way you do.
That's good. Carpenter.
Yes, sir.
You open your mouth one more time, and I'm going to put a bullet right between your eyes. There isn't a jury in the world who would convict me.
Mercy, sir, please. Mercy, oh,
That door. Get that door.
The door, yes, sir. The door.
Oh, it's for you.
Yippee! How you like Freddy's boat, baby? Go fast enough?
Ooh, Sulani's scared.
Oh, don't worry, sugar. You with your American sailor boy.
Freddie, he make him good son-in-law. What does father do for a living?
Excuse me a minute, Chief. Okay, Freddie, we better be starting back.
Yeah, keep both hands on the wheel.
Starting back? You kidding? I just getting started. I just getting started back.
Why not like ride to end?
This is only beginning, baby. Busy tonight?
Have date. But break for you.
Hey, she just kissed him.
Wow,
Man, that Fuji really knows how to operate.
Well, that girl never look at Moloko again.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's not the only one who's dead. Look.
Where?
All right, you pirates, hold it. Stay right where you are.
It's Binghamton. If he catches Fuji in that boat.
On your toes. Look alert. I'll do the lion.
Hey, Skip, on the Binghamton. It's a dock. I mean, on the dock. It's Binghamton.
Oh, no. All right, minefield dead ahead. Freddie, prepare for clearing maneuvers.
Mine clearing maneuvers?
Yeah.
What you talk about?
This is an emergency, Freddie. You gotta go down to the bottom and clear off the mines. Lead bottom.
Lead bottom? Mamma mia!
Yeah, either way, sailor, come on.
Freddie, when I see you again,
I pick you up tonight. 8 o'clock. See you later, alligator.
All right, let's get on those lines, man.
Well, Little Binghamton finds out that we have the chief out in the 73. You can see his little mouth twitching now.
All right, let me handle it. You help him off, huh?
Hi, Captain.
Oh, there you are, McHale.
Yes, sir. Now, I can explain all this, sir. You see, the chief and his daughter needed some emergency transportation. And so
Quint, how many times have I told you that if some of our friendly native pals want a lift, what do? We give them a lift, especially if it's a great chief like this. How are you, old noble leader? How are you, little Lotus Blossom?
You make him lose face. Call names. We no friends.
Oh, you mean that foolish incident? That was reckless of me, wasn't that?
Yes.
It's the burdens of leadership, that's all I can tell you. You know how it is with we chiefs.
Yeah, Chief Crazy Horse used to have the same problem. Always cracking up.
Oh, Chuck, you've got the driest wit. By the way, Chief, I'm hosting a little party later on for one of our big chiefs from Washington, and I certainly would like to have you and your charming tribe attend.
Big chief, huh?
Believe me and Quentin, I would certainly like to have you and your fun group come to our friendly party.
Huh?
And you, my dear, you are certainly lovely. I'll say that for you.
You better forget about her. She's got more boyfriends than you can shake a spear at.
Mind your own business. Isn't he silly? You are so lovely that I'm going to make you my personal hostess at the party. Won't that be grand? Hmm?
No Mongo Imba. Binghamton kill.
All right, you social climbers, come on, let's go. It's party time.
Here we go, guys. The drinking lamp is lit.
And the drinks are on Binghamton.
Last one to the boat dances with Carpenter.
Banzai, you hippies. We swing tonight.
Hold it. Where do you think you're going?
To party. Have a real blast.
Oh, no. Look, this is Binghamton shindig, and it's on the main base. And not only that, but there's going to be an undersecretary of state there.
Surani be there also. And I have date with her.
She's Binghamton's guest. Don't you see? He invited her. Look, why don't you go into my shack and listen to the radio, huh?
Yeah, Tokyo Rose is on. Maybe we should dedicate a record to you.
Binghamton, tonchikin margelo.
That's a
Seems to be working. All right. Look, we all know Fuji gets a rough break around here, but this is a command performance, boys.
Yeah, but I've never seen him so upset before.
Yeah, boy. Imagine calling the captain a touch Kamali Co.
Oh, come on, let's go.
Here we are, Mr. Undersecretary, Captain Binghamton's quarters. The captain's sorry that he couldn't meet you at the airstrip himself, sir.
Well, that's quite all right. I understand. He's probably snowed under with responsibility.
Oh, yes, sir. Captain, Mr. Gregory's here.
I miss the poor Hawaiian boy, and I miss my fishing toy. I want to go back to my little grass shack in Hollywood, Hawaii.
Valley High, Aloha, and Wiki Wacky Woo.
You are Captain Binghamton?
Well, if you wish, but the natives call me Bing Connie, the great white Four Eyes. There we go. Let me welcome you. Welcome. Leilani Kanukibuki. May the great volcano god, the Kali Kali, spread his smoke of welcome.
Thank you, Bing Connie. I mean, Captain. I must say I've never had a reception quite like this.
Oh, it's just a standard ritual with me. By the way, I've invited several of my native tribesmen to the club. I hope you won't mind, but they consider it sort of a home away from home.
Not at all, Captain. In fact, my primary mission here is to encourage just this kind of relationship with our native allies.
Is that what you're doing? Well, is that a coincidence? For heaven's sakes. Well, Umbaga. Lead the way, young ninny. Lead the way. New man. Terrible gringo, doesn't understand a word of the language. Hawaiian boy, and it's a American boy.
Hut!
Aloha, Zumbala, Wiki Wacky.
What'd he say?
At ease, everybody, at ease. Leilani, Kanuki Bookie. Sit down, my wahine buddy. Sit down. Right this way, sir. I want you to meet my very dear buddy. Chiefy, this is our big chiefy from Washington. This is my dearest friend and finest buddy, Chief Wabongo.
Well, it's an honor, Chief. I bring you greetings from Washington. Do you have any message for me to take home and return?
Me have plenty to say.
Not right now, Chief. No, this is fun time. You know, the festivities. Wallaha, everybody. My dear, why don't you wacky wiki? Yes.
Oh, this is indeed a pleasure, Captain and Chief. I've never seen so many native dishes.
Yes, the girls are pretty, aren't they? Especially the chief's daughter. That's the
I was speaking of the food.
Oh, the food.
I see poi's still popular.
Oh, yes, boy, yes. My goodness, it's a must at every meal. Isn't it, Chiefy? We love our poi, don't we? I tell you, this poi is really something. Maybe it's got just a smidge too much nutmeg, you think?
Nutmeg. Me make 'em with K-ration.
Okay. Is he cute? Let's see how we get along. Well, on with the fun. Akumba.
Oh, hey, what's my...
My hip got away from me. Parker,
You stupid, idiotic, clumsy klutz. You have your bar.
Well, if we ever get through this party, I'm gonna... Hey, Skip, who's a gate crasher? Well, pardon me, sir, but your flower's tilted.
I'll tilt you.
These jumping torpedoes is Fuji.
Get away from me, you menace.
You numbskull, have you gone out of your mind? Sorry, honey, but Freddie's on his way out.
What's the problem, Commander?
No problem at all, Copy. You see, this man's from visiting the destroyer, and we thought this was a USO. I showed him out now.
McHale, what are you doing with that man? Can't you see he's been on combat duty? Well, look at that beard. He must have been at sea for months.
Yeah, sir, but he's a gate crasher, sir. But don't worry, I'll see to it that he gets on report. Yes, sir.
Nonsense. Everybody's welcome here. We're very friendly. McHale, come on, lad. Come over here and join in the fun. Pull up a Honolulu there. See how friendly we are, Chiefy?
Captain, I must say the harmony you created with these natives is wonderful. A joy to behold.
Yes, well, it's just a matter of knowing a human relationship. You know how to give, how to share.
Have some poi.
Have some poi. Yeah, love some poi. Love it. But right now, it's my turn to dance with Solani. Solani, remember that dance? Kalani.
But, Captain...
Oh, now, don't be afraid, you charming little creature. You right over here now. Do that dance that I taught you to do. You know, the dance of friendship. Akamba.
Dim-witted stunts. Now you really got us in a jam.
But I had to see her. I in love.
Hey, Skip, we gotta get him out of here and fast.
Yeah, but how are we gonna get him past Binghamton?
See there?
It's a miracle to get out of this one. Hey. Take a look. I think our miracle just walked in.
Notice how I'm telling her story with my hands? We open up our hearts to the big white Americans.
Binghamton!
Oh, I'm Ibakuna to you, too. Pull up a Honolulu and join in the fun.
No kunda.
Oh, that's cute. That's not the way I heard it, but it's cute. You see how the natives are always joking, Mr. Secretary? Excuse me. McHale.
Sir?
What did he say?
Well, he says you stole his girl, and he wants a duel with you to the death.
Yeah.
With spears.
Spears?
Will someone explain what's going on around here?
Well, it's sort of a native game, sir. It's like charades, only they act it out with spears. Yes, he wants to know, is it bigger than a bread box?
Well, watch it, Captain. This guy means business.
Binghamton, stop this madness!
Yes, McHale, stop it.
Oh, with pleasure, sir. All right, boys. Full speed ahead. Let him have it. All right, Birch. Come on, let's find you know who and get him out of here.
Where is he? Skip, he's disappeared!
I don't know. Let's find him. Come on, little boy. Get up here. On the ground,
Fire with banners! Ready with the pineapples! Fire!
Friendly relations, huh? I'll see that you pay for this outrage, Binghamton.
No, you don't understand, sir. They're just having fun. Look at those carefree little devils. They're really enjoying themselves. Stop it! Kill! Don't just stand there, fight back! Kill!
You know, I know one thing. Lead Bottom will never get over that tongue lashing Gregory gave him.
Oh, I didn't know civilians use language like that.
At least the chief's happy. He's got enough K-rations to get him through World War III.
Hey, that reminds me. Where the heck is our chow? Hey, food! Come on to chow. We're starving, boy.
So sorry. Running behind schedule.
Hey, what's this?
K-rations?
Where's the roast beef?
No have time for roast beef. Have big date with Sulani. Well, see you guys. Don't wait up.
Don't wait up. Oh, brother.
Gee, I've been feeling low lately.
Me too. Think it's a lack of vitamins?
Yeah, vitamin M for men. medicine. Just what the doctor ordered.
I'll say. But what about Captain Binghamton's orders? No fraternizing.
Girls, we are nurses and our job is health. In this case, ours.
You're right.
How you been?
Suffering.
They're seeing you, dolls.
Yeah, Binghamton sure is making life miserable.
Yeah, if you ask us, that Binghamton's a jerk.
Binghamton's a jerk. Binghamton's a jerk.
What was that?
Oh, he's a new member of the crew. Meet Sam.
Binghamton's a jerk. Binghamton's a jerk.
He's darling. Where'd you get him?
We won him in a crap game from the Marines.
Well, without you gals around, there's nothing else to do.
Girl! What's going on? Stop talking to these enlisted men.
But we haven't seen him in weeks, Commander.
You have a heart. We're only human.
I have a heart, and I'm human, too. But Binghamton strikes out on both counts. And he's heading this way.
Fun while it lasts. All right, you dime store Romeos, you stop in your tracks and you freeze. I saw you with those nurses, and you know my rules against fraternization. Now, what do you got to say for yourself? Why?
Well, now, sir, I'm sure they were just seeing them on hospital business, Captain Binghamton.
Binghamton's a jerk. Binghamton's a jerk.
Who said that? Ho!
Oh, who said what, sir? I didn't hear a thing.
Didn't you hear him, Skip? Somebody said Binghamton's a jerk. I heard him loud and...
What?
All right, you loudmouth malingerers, you. This is war. If I catch one of you men within 10 feet of the nurses, you're going to get an immediate court-martial. Now move out of here. Out!
Oh, yeah, well, we're going, Captain. Bye-bye, sir. Bye. Bye, Captain. All right, which one of you boneheads insulted Binghamton?
Binghamton's a jerk.
Knock it off, sailor. Sailor?
Jumpin' Jehoshaphat.
No, his name's Sam.
Well, whatever it is, our name will be Mud if he keeps on opening his beak. Come on, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
All right, look. One executive officer around here's enough. You're the parrot. Skip. Move out.
Will you stop looking at my cards?
Well, stop showing them.
Shut up, play. Oh, shut up, you son. Knock it off, will ya? Boy, ever since Binghamton cut you guys off from the nurses, there's no living with you. Now pipe down and play cards.
Big deal. Listen to the married man.
Yeah, don't you care if us bachelors are suffering?
Hey, look, deal me out. I can't concentrate.
Well, what's with him?
I got all the money, but...
Lester, darling, you're wonderful.
Lester, darling, you're wonderful.
Come on, Grover.
What do you want? It's been so long since I've talked to a girl, I'm trying to remember what they sound like. I love you, darling.
I love you, darling.
Oh, knock it off! Will you get over here and play cards? You can't quit with us! Come on!
I can quit if I want to!
Hold it! Now, what's all this squabble about?
Well, we're trying to play cards!
Never mind! I don't want to hear it.
Lester, I love you, darling.
Okay. I love you, too.
Boy, morale around here's worse than I thought. Gruber, you better cut it out before it's too late.
Huh?
Well, I think it's about time you and I had to talk about the birds and the bees. Don't you know that birds go with birds and people go with people? And when you start going with a bird, that's messing with fire, and that's for the birds.
Skip, we can't go on like this.
We haven't had a date in weeks.
We're going island happy.
You've got to do something.
I think you're right.
Oh, Skip, you got to listen to us.
We're cracking up.
You're our CO, and it's your duty to... What did you say?
I said I think you're right.
Hey, how about that?
You got an idea to outfox Binghamton?
Well, as a matter of fact, I do. Now, gentlemen, this is a rough map of Taratupa. Now, this is the officers' club. This is Binghamton's office. And this is Supply Depot. Can any one of you tell me what this is?
That's an X, Skip, and a darn good one.
Thanks, Chuck. But this also happens to be an old abandoned air raid shelter on the south side of the island.
Well, what are you getting at, Skip?
Yeah, what gives?
Well, how does that get us closer to the nurses?
Well, gentlemen, I don't like the way Binghamton has been cutting into our social life any more than you fellows. So, since we can't meet out in the open, we...
Go underground.
Right. We are going to turn this old abandoned air raid shelter into PT 73's new underground social club.
Lester, darling, you're wonderful. I love you, darling.
Sorry, Sam. I'm going back to girls.
It's all clear, sir. There's nobody here.
What do you think of my timing for a sneak inspection, Elroy?
Oh, I've always known it, sir. You're a great sneak.
Oh, thank you, Elroy. Nobody likes a smart lieutenant.
Sorry, sir. No, I'm stupid, sir. Absolutely stupid.
All right, now I know this place is just crawling with infractions. I want you to look for letters, diaries, pawn tickets.
Yes, Captain Binghamton.
Binghamton's a jerk. Binghamton's a jerk.
Arrest that man.
Yes, sir. I want your name right first. Sir, it's a parrot.
I don't care what it is. I've taken about all I'm going to... A parrot?
Yes, sir.
Binghamton's a jerk. Binghamton's a jerk. Ah!
How dare you talk to me that way? I ought to give you a good...
Sir, please don't, please. Don't blame him. Parrots only repeat what they hear.
Don't you defend him to me, Carpenter. No bird's going to call me a... They only repeat what they hear?
Yes, sir.
Oh, of course. This little fella's been listening to McHale and his thugs. Maybe he can tell us more.
Oh, sir, I'd hate to hear some of the other names they call you. Jerk is bad enough, but if they...
Will you shut up? Hello there, Bertie. I'm Captain Binghamton. No doubt you've heard of me. Huh? Come on. Oh, he has. He's heard of me. What's McHale been up to lately, Ark. What does that mean? Is he running us still? Ark. Is he thinking of deserting or maybe swiping things? Swiping?
Swipe champagne. Swipe champagne. Oh.
Sir, did you hear that? They must be stealing your champagne from the officers' club. If we get there right away, we can catch them red-handed, sir. Oh, but, sir, if we nab them, we can throw them right in the brig.
Yeah, it's for only 30 days, though. If we bide our time listening to this bird, we may get something big on them, put them away for life.
But, sir, how can you be so sure?
For the first time, we've got an informer in their midst. Oh, love that bird.
I love you. I love you. Oh.
Isn't that cute? Polly, if it wasn't against regulations, I'd get rid of Carpenter and make you my aide.
I love you. I love you.
Sir, I've always been very fond of you, but I'm just not a loudmouth.
It's perfect. Old Eagle Eye Binghamton will never find us here.
Yeah, come on, let's take a look. Oh, excuse me. Ladies first.
Why, thanks, Quint. I never thought you'd notice.
Instant second.
Well, I gotta admit it. Sure run down, but...
Oh, Quint, use your imagination. The girls and I'll have this place fixed up just fine for the night.
Tonight? Boy, you girls sure are fast.
Not fast, just anxious.
Oh, yeah. Well, you better get your girls to work and don't worry about the refreshments. We'll take care of all that. So come on, let's get moving. We got a big night ahead of us.
Skip, suppose we could play spin the bottle.
Well, of course. Once they're empty.
But that takes so long.
In speaking to a parrot, it is sometimes advisable to imitate the parrot's tone. Hello, Polly, this is Wally. Hello, Polly, this is Wally.
Captain!
What is it? What are you staring at?
Oh, nothing, sir. But, sir, that parrot was right, sir. McHale's men did steal your champagne.
They did? Oh, good.
You're happy about it, sir?
Well, of course, you ninny. It shows that our parrot is giving us reliable information. Now, all we've got to do is send McHale and his men out on a mission to get them out of the way, and we go to work on our little informer.
Oh, sir, what's this?
These are sunflower seeds. Any parrot would sell out his own mother for a gizzard full of these. Try some, bird brain.
Oh, yes, Captain. What was that again?
You heard me, McHale. I want you and your bunch of wayfaring gypsies to make a patrol run out to Malanga Island right away.
Malanga Island, but sir, that'll take hours.
Now, you get on that patrol, and that's an order.
Oh, brother. Leave us a light bottom that louse us up.
No, we'll never make it to the party. He does it every time.
Wait a minute. Dry your tears, boys. Now, don't you think that the trip back from Malanga will be a whole lot shorter if we tie up at the south side of the island?
Yeah, but Skip, there's nothing over that jungle and that old air raid shelter. Hey, my gosh.
Bingo! Well, we can go on the mission in our whites.
And when we get back, it's party time!
Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night.
So, sleeping down, now make bed, and almost Fuji finished.
Hello, Fuji. Hello, Fuji. So. Cookso, Bacarello.
What's your language? Might be ladies around someplace. Oi, late! Binghamton!
Binghamton's a jerk. Bird brain.
You be quiet. I go.
There he is, sir, our feathered Matahari.
Binghamton's a jerk. Binghamton's a jerk.
He doesn't cut that out. I'm going to get some tar to go with his feathers. Oh, Polly, it's Uncle Wally. Tell Uncle Wally what McHale and his brigands have been up to. Come on, something big so I can hit them with the book. Come on, talk to Uncle Wally.
He doesn't seem in a very talkative mood, sir.
Talk, all right. Come on now, Polly. Talk. Pretty please. Pretty please with wheat germ on it. Talk, you pea-brain, talk. Now listen to me, parrot. This is your captain speaking. You talk, and that's an order.
Cookso, Bacarello.
Not in Japanese, you dodo. I don't understand any... Carpenter, did you hear that?
Oh, yes, sir. He said, Conskishaw, Bakayaro.
Speaking Japanese, that means he's heard some nips talking. Some nips have been here, and they've been here recently.
Nips here? Oh, sir, that's impossible.
Look at that, Carpenter. Any questions?
Oh, sir, that's a map of Taratuba. And look, sir, there's nip writing on it.
We did it this time, Elroy. The map, the stolen champagne, the bird speaking Japanese. How we hit the jackpot.
Sir, you mean...
I mean that McHale and his men are dealing with the nips. They're traitors.
Oh, good. Oh, congratulations, sir.
I'm trying to meet the nips here at Point X. Now, if I only knew when. Come on, Polly. Come on, Polly. Tell Uncle Wally, when is McHale going to meet the nips? When? Tomorrow? Tonight?
Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night.
Sir, tonight's the night.
So, hello, Fuji. Hello, Fuji.
Fuji. He said Fuji. That's obviously the ringleader's name. That's the head nip. Fuji. Oh, I got him, Elroy. I got him.
I got him, Elroy. I got him.
You did not. I got him, you pushy bird. You're trying to grab all the credit. Nobody likes a pushy bird. You just keep out of it. All right, Elroy, let's radio the admiral so he can be in on the kill.
Binghamton's a jerk. Binghamton's a jerk.
If you weren't on our side, I'd wring your stupid neck. All right, we got the information. Grab the seed.
Skip, you really outdid yourself this time.
I'd better say so myself. Can you imagine? If Binghamton knew about this, he'd turn over in his nightshirt.
Never happened, Skip. This little piece of heaven is the best kept secret of the war.
Yoo-hoo! Anybody home?
I'll get it.
Who is it?
Joe sent me.
Joe. Joe who?
Hey, how does Guy Joe find out about this? I thought it was supposed to be a secret.
Girls, let the beauties in.
Now, brace yourself. It's blast-off time.
Hiya, boys. Ready to swing?
You want to swing in those outfits? I thought it was going to be a party.
Looks more like a bivouac. We talked about maneuvers. We had something else in mind.
Okay, girls. Drop the camouflage.
Oh, no.
Sorry to shock you, boys, but we wanted to be prepared in case Binghamton spotted us. As far as anybody's concerned, we're out on a field maneuver.
Oh, you're coming over loud and clear, Molly.
Here, let me help you with that, sir. I mean, ma'am. Anybody can see you're not a sir. You just go ahead.
Then, battle stations. Come on, Christy boy. Pour the champagne, dish out the food. Start the phonograph, boy. Come on, let's go.
Come on, Quint, let's dance.
Oh, now, Molly, you know I don't dance.
That's okay, I'll leave.
Well, there, Ensign. Care to cut a rug?
No, thanks. Maybe we could slice a pineapple or two.
Come on, don't be so shy. You can dance, can't you?
Well, I took a few lessons, but I don't know how good I'd be without the footprints pasted down the floor.
I'm willing to gamble.
You are? Well, maybe we could pitch pennies.
Sir,
Well.
the Admiral's here, sir.
It's about time.
What is the meaning of this message?
What's the meaning?
Are you seriously trying to tell me McHale and his men are traitors?
Oh, yes, sir. They're meeting tonight with some nips in an abandoned air raid shelter to celebrate their latest deal.
That's right, Admiral. The captain snooping around really paid off this time.
Why are you always trying to pin something on McHale and his men? Why can't you accept the fact that it's a courageous unit, making a large contribution to the war effort?
Oh, yes, sir, Admiral. A contribution to the Japanese war effort. Now, Admiral, I've waited for you, so we better hurry over there.
Well, all right, let's get over to that shelter. But if you're wrong about McHale and his men...
Oh, I can't be wrong this time, Admiral. This time I've got an operator on the inside.
Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. I saw. Hello, Fuji.
Quiet.
I saw.
Your big mouth already got us in enough trouble. I just hope I got here in time.
I saw.
There we go.
Boy, oh boy, one more glass of champagne, I'll never get back to the war on time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8. 1, 2.
Your counting is fine. Now, why don't you concentrate on your dancing?
Oh, Molly, believe me, I'm just too pooped to take another step. Honest.
Oh, that's okay, Quint. There's something to be said for sitting them out, too.
Oh?
Now, we'll just go over there and snuggle up.
Would you believe it, Molly? I just got my second breath.
¿Qué pasa? Condition red! Condition red!
Fuji!
What are you doing here?
All the crazy stuff. You know you're not supposed to be on the main island. I here to warn you. Binghamton coming with Admiral.
Hold it. Wait a minute. How do you know Binghamton's on his way here?
Sam here spill beans.
You gotta be kidding.
No kid. Binghamton come to island, find the map, then Parrot tell him about big shindig tonight.
Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. I got him, Elroy. Elroy.
Oh, no. Well, come on. Let's get out of here on the double.
Like, didn't your mother ever tell you it wasn't nice to tattle?
How do you like that? A stool parrot.
I love you, Gruber.
You. Quiet down.
The shelter's just ahead, Admiral.
You be quiet. They can hear you all the way in Tokyo.
Oh, no. They got us cut off. Come on, everybody back in the shelter. Hurry up.
Oh, Admiral, you wouldn't believe this man.
Hey, Skip, we gotta do something.
We're as good as dead.
But what do you want me to do?
Well, how about Fuji? He's really gone.
Wait a minute. I've got an idea.
Well, spill it, Molly. Spill it. We'll listen to anything.
Okay, girls, gather around. On the double, fast.
All right, in there, you're under arrest. This is a raid. You come out with your hands up. All right, you traitors, we're coming in and get you.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't let you in until you say the secret password.
Get out of my way, you fat. Just get out of my way.
I'll give you a hint. It's Joe sent me.
Stand aside, Mr. Parker. That's an order.
Hi, Admiral. Hello, Captain. See there, Admiral. They're all in there just like my secret operator said. All right, you Benedict Arnolds, we're going in.
Secret operators of Benedict Arnold's? We don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Oh, you don't, huh? McHale, you stand aside. I'm going to raid your Tojo fan club. Everybody say I under arrest. 10 hut. What the devil is going on in there?
Well, sir, I don't... Well, there's no sense in trying to cover up, Admiral. Captain Binghamton has caught us red-handed. Getting first aid lessons from the nurses.
First aid lessons?
Yes, sir. You see, ever since Captain Binghamton's no fraternization order, this is the only way we nurses have been able to teach the men first aid.
Binghamton!
Admiral, this is all a cover-up, Admiral. They were having a celebration in here with the Nips. You search this place, you'll find the Nips. The leader's name is Fuji.
Fuji. Relay that, Binghamton. It's perfectly obvious McHale is telling the truth.
Admiral, how could he be telling the truth when I'm telling the truth? Huh? What's this? That proves they're having a celebration, Admiral. That's a phonograph.
Now, calm down, sir. Easy does it. There's a very simple explanation for that phonograph. You see, but you see, sir, we do all our lessons in first aid to music.
Yes, sir. The most important thing is the rhythm.
That's it, the rhythm, sir. Yes, sir. Here, I'll show you. Let's show 'em, gang. Are you ready? And a 1 and a 2 and wrap your gauze, cha-cha-cha. Take the tie, cha-cha-cha. And now the sling, cha-cha-cha. Stop the music.
I tell you, Admiral, this whole thing is a plot.
You stop that, Binghamton. That's an order.
Binghamton's a jerk. Binghamton's a jerk.
Admiral. Here it is, Admiral. Here is my secret operator. Here is my man on the inside. Hello, Polly. Hello, remember me? It's your old pal. You remember me, the man with the seeds.
Binghamton, is this the spy who told you that McHale was dealing with the Nips?
Oh, come on, Captain. That's Sam, our pet parrot.
Yeah, we bring him to all the first aid classes. We want him to know what to do in case he breaks a wing.
Shut up. Just keep out of this. Admiral, this is a very reliable bird. He always was reliable. Tell the Admiral the truth, for heaven's sakes.
Binghamton's a jerk. Binghamton's a jerk.
See?
Yeah, and who am I to argue with the bird?
No, Admiral. We heard this bird speaking Japanese.
Oh, well, no wonder. The Marines we got him from liberated Sam from the Nips.
Oh, Binghamton, let's get out of here. Before I have you court-martialed for bringing me down here on a wild goose chase.
Oh, no, Admiral, please, say something. Say something. Arrest him, Admiral, for an illegal party or stealing bandages or being off limits or say something. Anything.
Binghamton, out. Out.
You haven't heard the end of this.
Come on, get out of here. McHale, Commander, you carry on with your first aid lesson.
Yes, sir, Admiral. Bye-bye, sir. Bye.
Boy, was that a squeaker.
Good old Admiral. And good old Sam. He made up for everything.
And besides, how could a nip sneak into a secret shindig like this?
Joe sent me.
Hold it. You heard what the Admiral said? Everybody back to work. All right. Ready. And... wrap your gauze, cha-cha-cha. Tape and tie, cha-cha-cha.
Tape and tie, cha-cha-cha.
His dentist. Nitrous oxide, he whispered. Laughing gas. The plan was simple. They stole a tank of laughing gas from the infirmary and rigged it to the ventilation system of Binghamton's office. The morning of the fitness board, Admiral Shoemaker arrived to preside over the hearing. Inside the office, the air was becoming increasingly festive. Captain Binghamton, the admiral began solemnly. Regarding Ensign Parker's record of destroying a target plane during a gunnery drill, Binghamton let out a tiny, high-pitched giggle. Shoemaker blinked. Captain? And the incident with the torpedoed garbage scow? Binghamton was now leaning back in his chair, a wide, loopy grin on his face. Oh, the potato peels. He thought it was a sub camouflaged with mashed potatoes. Isn't that a riot? Chucky Wucky's a genius. He's a barrel of fun. Chucky Wucky? The admiral asked, horrified. Suddenly, the window became stuck. McHale's crew, watching from outside, began spraying for flies with the gas tank directly into the open window. Binghamton leapt onto his desk. I love everyone. I love the Navy. I love you, Admiral. You're a cute little trick from Ward 7. Captain, Shoemaker roared. Have you lost your mind? I'm high on the right aisle, Binghamton shouted, grabbing the Admiral's hat and dancing on the table. Cancel the board. Promote Parker. Give him a medal. Give everyone a medal. Just then, a surprise air raid siren went off. A single Japanese plane drifted over the base. Parker, still dizzy from the residual gas, stumbled out to a machine gun mount, slipped on a banana peel, and accidentally pulled the trigger. A stray bullet hit the enemy plane's fuel line, and it exploded in a spectacular fireball. The admiral was stunned. Magnificent. Anyone who would stand laughing in the face of death, like that brave lad, was born to be a combat officer. Binghamton, you were right. Parker is a hero. But you are a disgrace. Dancing on tables. Binghamton woke up the next day with a massive headache and a promotion for Parker on his desk. He spent the afternoon trying to bite his own ear in frustration. Chapter 5. Sydney the alligator and the stolen wallet. Desperate to finally catch McHale in an act of theft, Binghamton decided to set a trap using the oldest bait in the book. Cold, hard, cash. I've marked the bills, Carpenter. $900 of your back pay, Binghamton said. Carpenter whimpered. I'll drop my wallet on the beach where McHale's pirates hang out. When they find it and spend it on champagne and hula skirts. Wham, grand larceny. But as Binghamton dropped the wallet in the tall grass and retreated to watch with binoculars, a third party entered the scene. Sydney, a massive, friendly alligator that the crew of PT-73 had been feeding peanut butter sandwiches, crawled out of the swamp. Sydney saw the wallet. Sydney thought it looked like a very expensive leather sandwich. Sydney ate the wallet. Sydney ate the wallet. He ate the captain, Parker screamed, finding Sydney on the beach with Binghamton's ID card hanging out of his mouth. Sydney ate Old Lead Bottom. Hip, hip, hooray! The crew cheered. Their joy was short-lived when Binghamton emerged from the bushes, very much alive and very much enraged. You stole my wallet! I saw you near it! We didn't steal it, sir. Sydney ate it. An alligator? You expect a naval court-martial to believe an alligator stole my wallet? The trial was a sensation. McHale acted as the defense attorney, while Parker, acting as his own co-counsel, demanded a mistrial on the grounds of temporary alligator insanity. Sir, McHale addressed the judge, we would like to call our key witness to the stand. The doors of the courtroom opened, and the crew of PT-73 wheeled in a large tank containing Sydney. This is an outrage, Binghamton screamed. Get that monster out of here. Not until he presents the evidence, McHale countered. Parker leaned over the tank with a peanut butter sandwich. Come on, Sydney. Open up. For Chucky Wucky, Sydney burped. Out flew the wallet, landing directly on the judge's bench. The judge opened the wallet. Wait. These bills are marked. And here is a list of the serial numbers. Signed by Captain Binghamton. Captain, did you intentionally plant this money as a trap? The Navy. It was for morale. Binghamton stammered. Case dismissed, the judge barked. And Captain, I suggest you stop using the base's alligator population as a co-conspirator. Chapter 6. The Ghost Ship of PT-13. Binghamton's next plan was more psychological. He found an old record of a PT boat, the PT-13, which had been decommissioned after a series of jinxed accidents. He decided to convince McHale's crew that their beloved 73 was actually the cursed 13. It's a Jonah ship, McHale, Binghamton told them, showing them forged documents. Every crew that sailed her has disappeared, blown up, eaten by sea monsters. The crew, being sailors and thus naturally superstitious, began to panic. They saw omens everywhere. A black cat on the pier, cursed. A spilled salt shaker, doom. We gotta get out of this boat, Skip, Gruber cried. She's got the whammy on her. McHale, realizing the captain was up to his old tricks, decided to play along. He waited until Binghamton was away at a conference and then rigged the 73 with ghostly effects. When Binghamton returned that night, the base was silent. Suddenly, the engines of the PT-73 started by themselves. The lights flickered. A low, moaning sound echoed across the water. Ho, ho, ho. A voice boomed from the darkness. What is that? Binghamton trembled, clutching Carpenter. Figures in white sheets drifted across the deck. We are the ghosts of PT-13. We've come for the captain who sent us to our doom. I didn't do it. It was McHale. Binghamton screamed, running for his life. The ghost chased him all the way to the radio shack, where he was forced to sign a document admitting he had forged the Jinx papers just to get them to stop moaning. The next morning, the ghosts were back in their dungarees, distilling pineapple juice as if nothing had happened. Binghamton sat in his office, staring at a picture of a lighthouse in the Aleutians and wishing he was there. Chapter 7. The Final Manna from Heaven. The final act of the Taratupa madness occurred in New Caledonia. Binghamton had been forced to send the 73 to pick up the base payroll $62,000 in small, unmarked bills. I'm warning you, Parker, McHale said as they walked through the streets of Noumea. Of course, Parker being Parker, he was immediately distracted by a girl with a heart-shaped birthmark on her ankle. While he was investigating her birthmark, a group of local bandits knocked him out and swiped the payroll. Skip, the money, it's gone, Parker wailed when he came to. They spent the next 12 hours frantically searching the island. They finally tracked the bandits to an old fort on the coast. But Binghamton had arrived in a pursuit plane, convinced that McHale had stolen the money himself. I've got you now, McHale. Produce the payroll, or I'll have you shot for treason. The bandits, seeing the Navy approaching, stuffed the money into an ancient rusted cannon to hide it. As McHale and Binghamton argued on the beach, a stray Japanese Zero appeared on the horizon, diving for a strafing run. Take cover, McHale yelled. Parker, in a moment of accidental brilliance, ran to the old cannon. We gotta shoot back. That cannon doesn't work, you boob, Binghamton screamed. Yes, it does. I found a fuse. Parker lit the fuse with his cigar. Boom. The cannon didn't fire a ball. Instead, it fired $62,000 in small, unmarked bills. The sky over. New Caledonia rained money. It's manna from heaven, Gruber yelled, dancing in the green rain. The Japanese pilot, so confused by the sight of a shower of American currency, lost control of his plane and ditched into the ocean. Binghamton stood there, a $20 bill stuck to his forehead. He began to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. He spent the next 3 days counting the money in the sand. Every time he got to 40,000, McHale would sneeze, and he'd have to start over. As the PT-73 headed back to Taratupa, the sun setting over the Pacific, McHale looked at his crew. They were tired, they were broke, and they were in a lot of trouble. You know, Skip, Parker said, looking at the horizon. It's been a crazy few weeks. Yeah, Chuck. McHale smiled, lighting a cigar. But look on the bright side. At least the captain's eyebrows are finally starting to grow back. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. The crew cheered as the boat disappeared into the mist of the South Seas. Epilogue. Captain Binghamton never did get his promotion to Rear Admiral. He did, however, become the world's leading expert on the digestive habits of alligators and the psychological effects of laughing gas on senior officers. And every time he hears the word garter belt, his left eye begins to twitch, a reminder of the madness of Taratupa. The Pirates of Taratupa, a novelized chronicle of the PT-73 crew. Chapter 1. The Garter Belt Crisis and the Iron Pants Threat. The humidity on the island of Taratupa was thick enough to chew, but it wasn't the heat that was making Captain Wallace B. Binghamton's stomach acid churned like a concrete mixer. It was the supply manifest. "Garter belts!" Binghamton screamed, his voice reaching a frequency that only dogs and nervous insines could hear. "You are the supply officer here, Carpenter. If the nurses need garter belts, then you snap to it. Shake a leg." "Oh, you know what I mean." Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, a man whose spine was made entirely of sycophancy, nodded vigorously. "Of course, sir." "Right away, sir." "But, sir, that's not the worst of it. I just got a message from a pal of mine at Confleet." Binghamton froze, a pill halfway to his mouth. "Admiral Iron Pants." "Rafferty, sir," Carpenter whispered, as if speaking the name would summon the man like a demon. "A sneak inspection. He's arriving today." Binghamton slumped into his chair. "Iron Pants. He's a human microscope. He'll find the dust on the dust. And look at this place. The Petty Officers Club has backing up sinks, the nurses are protesting for lingerie, and I'm surrounded by idiots." The phone rang. Binghamton snatched it up. "Hello. Yes, this is Captain Binghamton. Who did you expect?" "Tokyo Rose? What? Sinks?" "I'm the commanding officer, not a plumber. Call a wrench, not a captain." He slammed the phone down and clutched his stomach. "My acid could start a car, Carpenter. I can't face Rafferty, not like this." Then a glimmer of sinister genius lit up his eyes. "Wait, if I were sick, incapacitated, I'd have to appoint an acting base commander, someone to take the brunt of Rafferty's wrath." Carpenter smiled. "A brilliant move, sir. Perhaps Lieutenant Carpenter?" "Not you, you ninny." "McHale." Binghamton grinned. "With McHale and his cutthroats in charge, they'll run wild. They'll turn this base into a circus, right in front of the admiral. Rafferty will have McHale's head on a platter, and I'll be tucked away in a hospital bed, innocent and ailing. Call the medic. I'm having a relapse." "Kola. Gola." Chapter 2. The Acting Base Commander. When Commander Quentin McHale was summoned to the hospital, he found Binghamton looking remarkably well for a man supposedly at death's door, despite the captain's exaggerated groans. "Oh, McHale. It's bad." Binghamton wheezed, clutching a heating pad. "The medics. They don't know. I have to appoint an acting commander. I've chosen you." McHale blinked. "Me, Captain? I'm a saltwater skipper. I don't belong behind a desk." "What about Carpenter?" "Carpenter is a boob," Binghamton snapped, then quickly returned to a whisper. "No, it must be you. And to help you, I'm appointing your executive officer, Ensign Parker, as acting executive officer of the base." In the corner, Ensign Charles Parker's eyes bugged out. "Me? Oh, boy. Did you hear that, Skipper? Acting exec. You won't regret this, Captain." "I'm sure I won't," Binghamton muttered under his breath. As soon as McHale and Parker left, McHale's crew, the most resourceful group of misfits in the Pacific, moved into the headquarters like a swarm of happy locusts. Gruber, the crew's resident hustler, immediately saw the opportunity. "Listen, boys," Gruber announced to the crew. "The skipper is the boss now. That means we have the all-ahead full-on action. The boys want to throw a little shindig. Ah, luau, hula girls, music, the works." "But what about the admiral?" Parker asked, fumbling with a stack of paperwork. "Don't worry, Mr. Parker," Gruber said, patting him on the shoulder. "We'll have this place shipshape by the time he lands." Mostly, meanwhile, back at the hospital, Binghamton was peering through binoculars. "Look at them, Carpenter. They've already got hula girls in the air raid shelter. Rafferty is going to skin them alive." Chapter 3. The Sultan and the Princesses. The Rafferty inspection was a chaotic blur of hidden hula girls, and Binghamton accidentally getting himself caught in his own web of lies. However, just as the dust settled from that disaster, a new challenge arrived on the horizon. Diplomacy. "A Sultan McHale!" Binghamton shouted a week later. "The Sultan of Marami is being evacuated, and he's bringing his 3 daughters. The princesses." McHale's crew was sent to rescue the Sultan's party after their transport plane had engine trouble near a deserted strip. When the PT-73 pulled up to the beach, the crew was greeted by a sight that made their collective jaws drop. The Sultan, a man of immense dignity and even more immense luggage, stepped aboard with 3 stunning daughters. "Wowie! Wow, wow," murmured Gruber, echoing the crew's sentiment. "I heard that, young man," the Sultan boomed. "The next man who dares to debase the dignity of the princesses will answer to me." McHale stepped forward, smoothing over the tension. "Forgive them, Your Highness. It's a ceremonial greeting in our country. Like a chicken, but respectful." The voyage back to Taratupa was an exercise in restraint. Parker, trying to be helpful, accidentally touched one of the royal trunks and was nearly run through with a scimitar. To distract the Sultan, McHale let the royal guest take the wheel of the PT boat. "It is quite relaxing," the Sultan remarked, as he nearly veered the boat into a coral reef. "If my country had a navy, I would want boats just like this." Back at the base, Binghamton was determined to host a grand dinner to impress the Sultan. But as usual, the PT-73 crew was 1 step ahead and 3 steps into trouble. Ensign Parker had accidentally agreed to a secret date with one of the princesses, Siri, while the other crew members were trying to sneak into the royal quarters using various disguises. At the formal dinner, the Sultan announced a surprise. "My daughters shall dance for you." Binghamton leaned in, eager for the show. But the daughters who emerged were suspiciously veiled and had a tendency to trip over their own feet. Binghamton, convinced there was an impostor, lunged at one of the dancers. You phony Balinese bunny, you're under arrest," Binghamton yelled, ripping away a veil. It wasn't a sailor. It was the Sultan's actual daughter. "Captain," the Sultan roared, "your unpardonable behavior will be reported to the State Department. I will raid your Washington." Binghamton stood frozen, holding the veil, as the Sultan and his party stormed out. "Why me?" he whispered to the empty room. "Why is it always me?" Chapter 4. The Laughing Gas Gambit. Desperate to get rid of Ensign Parker once and for all, Binghamton convened a fitness board to evaluate Parker's competence as an officer. He was armed with a list of Parker's greatest hits: torpedoing a garbage scow, shooting down a target plane during a drill, and generally being a walking disaster. "He's finished, McHale," Binghamton gloated in his office. "Parker is going back to being a civilian, and you're going to lose your right hand." The crew knew they had to act. They needed Binghamton in a good mood, a really good mood. "The dentist," Gruber exclaimed. "The base dentist just got a fresh shipment of nitrous oxide. Laughing gas. Dentist just got a fresh shipment of nitrous oxide. Laughing gas," Gruber exclaimed. "If we can get old Lead Bottom to breathe some of that, he'll be so happy he'll promote Parker to admiral." The plan was set. Using a landscaping detail as a cover, the crew rigged a tank of laughing gas to pump into Binghamton's office window. "Captain, you look stressed," McHale said, leaning through the window as the gas hissed into the room. "Breathe deeply. Clear your lungs." Binghamton sniffed the air. "What is that? It smells like, ha, ha, ha." Within minutes, the captain was hysterical. He was hugging Parker, calling him Chucky-Wucky, and demanding that the fitness board be cancelled. "Cancel it!" Binghamton shrieked, doubled over with laughter. "Parker is a genius. He torpedoed that garbage scow because it looked suspicious. Ha ha." But the timing was, as always, catastrophic. Admiral Shoemaker, the head of the fitness board, arrived just as Binghamton was dancing on his desk and trying to feed a goldenrod plant to a nurse. Binghamton, Shoemaker barked. What in the name of the Great White Fleet is going on here? The gas began to wear off, leaving Binghamton with a massive headache, and an admiral who was convinced the captain had lost his mind. To make matters worse, a surprise air raid sent everyone scrambling. In the chaos, Parker, still dizzy from the lingering fumes, stumbled out into the open and accidentally shot down an enemy plane with a single-handed burst from a machine gun while laughing like a maniac. Shoemaker was stunned. A man who stands laughing in the face of death? That lad was born for combat. Fitness board cancelled. In fact, give him a commendation. Binghamton, sitting in the dirt and clutching his head, could only groan. Chapter 5. Sydney the Witness. The rivalry between the 73 crew and Binghamton reached its peak during the Sydney incident. It began with the disappearance of Binghamton's wallet, which contained 9 brand new $100 bills. They stole it, Binghamton screamed. McHale and his 40 thieves. I marked the bills. I have the serial numbers. But the thief wasn't a sailor. It was Sydney, a friendly alligator that the crew had adopted as an unofficial mascot, mostly because Parker had been feeding it peanut butter sandwiches. When Sydney crawled into McHale's shack with a wallet in his mouth, the crew realized they were in possession of the most dangerous evidence in the Pacific. We've got to get this back to him, McHale said. But if we just hand it over, he'll say we swiped it, and the alligator is a cover story. The situation escalated to a full court-martial. Parker, acting as his own defense attorney, tried to explain the situation. Your Honor, Parker addressed the judge. The alligator who stole the wallet was crazy about my mother's peanut butter. He didn't mean any harm. He just has an unhappy childhood. Binghamton was purple with rage. An alligator with an unhappy childhood? This is an outrage. There is no alligator. Alligator, there is no alligator. Just then, the doors of the courtroom swung open. McHale and the crew hauled in a massive, snapping alligator on a leash. Exhibit A for the defense, McHale announced. The courtroom descended into a riot. Sydney, spooked by the noise, lunged for Binghamton's leg. The captain scrambled onto the judge's bench, screaming for mercy. Open his mouth, the judge ordered. With a heavy sigh and a peanut butter sandwich as a bribe, Parker got Sydney to drop the wallet. The bills were recovered, but then came the twist. Wait a minute, the judge said, looking at the serial numbers. Captain Binghamton, these bills are marked. You said you marked them to trap Commander McHale? Yes, to catch a thief, Binghamton boasted. Captain, the judge said coldly, using base payroll funds to set personal traps for your officers is a violation of naval regulations. Charges against Parker are dropped. As for you, Binghamton, the captain's victory turned to ash. He was ordered to pay for the trap out of his own pocket and spend the next week on alligator patrol. Chapter 6. The New Caledonia Payroll Capers. The final and most daring adventure began in New Caledonia. The 73 crew was there for a conference, but as usual, they found themselves restricted to the boat by Binghamton's specific and petty orders. While I am at the conference, Binghamton had told them, you are restricted to the confines of this boat. Naturally, the moment the captain left, McHale gave the order. All hands, 4 hours liberty. Go on, get. During the liberty, Parker was tasked with picking up the base payroll $62,000 in small, unmarked bills. It was a simple task, but for Parker, simple was a relative term. On his way back, he was distracted by a beautiful girl, tripped, knocked himself out, and woke up to find the money gone. The money. The payroll, Parker cried when he returned to the boat. It's gone, bag and all. We're dead, Gruber moaned. This is a one-way ticket to the brig. McHale took charge. What did the person look like, Chuck? Any clues? One did Dix. I only saw a girl's ankle, Parker stammered. But she had a birthmark. A little brown heart on her right ankle. The crew spent the next 6 hours frantically checking the ankles of every woman in New Caledonia. It was a series of misunderstandings, near arrests, and very angry French women. Meanwhile, Binghamton had discovered the payroll was missing and was stalking the streets of the city with a platoon of MPs, convinced McHale had absconded with the dough. The chase led to a local warehouse. The crew spotted the real thieves, a pair of local smugglers hiding the money in an old, ornamental cannon. "There they are," McHale shouted. "Get them." A frantic foot chase ensued through the markets of New Caledonia. Just as Binghamton caught up to the crew, a group of enemy planes appeared on the horizon for a surprise raid. "Take cover," Binghamton yelled, diving under a table. Parker, seeing the ornamental cannon, had a desperate idea. He shoved a charge into the cannon, not realizing the money bag was shoved down the barrel as a wad. He lit the fuse. Boom! The cannon fired. It didn't hit a plane, but it did something much better. A rain of green paper began to fall from the sky. $20 bills, 50s, and hundreds drifted down like confetti over the terrified citizens and the stunned admiral. "It's raining money," Gruber yelled, dancing in the street. Binghamton stood up, a $100 bill sticking to his wet forehead. He looked at the money, then at McHale, then at the cannon. "My payroll," Binghamton whispered. "You shot my payroll out of a cannon." McHale grinned, leaning against the smoking artillery piece. "Well, you always said you wanted a fast delivery, Captain. I think we made record time." Epilogue. The return to Taratupa was quiet, mostly because the crew was busy counting the recovered bills to make sure the $62,000 was all there. Binghamton sat in his office, staring at a new bottle of stomach pills and a picture of a quiet, peaceful farm in Ohio. Outside, he could hear the sound of a ukulele and the laughter of the PT-73 crew. Sydney the alligator was basking in the sun near the headquarters. And somewhere, a nurse was finally getting her garter belts. "Captain?" Carpenter whispered, poking his head into the office. "I just got a message. Admiral Rafferty is coming back for a follow-up." Binghamton didn't scream. He didn't even yell. He just took the entire bottle of pills, leaned back in his chair, and started to laugh. "Send for McHale," Binghamton said with a terrifyingly calm smile. On the docks, McHale looked out over the sparkling blue water. The war was far from over, but as long as they had the 73, a few peanut butter sandwiches, and each other, they were the richest pirates in the Pacific. "All ahead full, boys," McHale said. "All ahead full. The Pirates of Taratupa." A Navy novel of errors. Chapter 1. Antacids and Admiral Alarms. The tropical sun over Taratupa did not merely shine, it interrogated. It beat down on the corrugated tin roofs of the naval base with a relentless ferocity that made even the palm trees look like they wanted to surrender. Inside the main office, Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, known affectionately by his subordinates as Old Lead Bottom, was having a morning that would have made a saint take up heavy drinking. "Garter belts!" Binghamton screamed, his voice reaching a pitch that threatened to shatter the nearby water pitcher. "You are the supply officer here, Carpenter. If the nurses need garter belts, you snap to it, you shake a leg, you do whatever it is people do with legs and garter belts." Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, a man whose spine was made of pure gelatin and whose primary function was to agree with Binghamton until his neck hurt, nodded frantically. "Yes, sir. On the double, sir. I'll personally oversee the elasticity requirements." Binghamton groaned, clutching his stomach. His indigestion was no longer a medical condition. It was a tenant. It had moved in, decorated, and was currently throwing a party in his upper GI tract. "What a war," he whimpered. "The weight of the entire Pacific is on my shoulders. And what do I get? Backed up sinks in the Petty Officers Club and a request for hosiery." The phone rang. It was the kind of ring that portended doom. "Hello?" "Yes, this is Captain Binghamton. Who did you expect? Tokyo Rose?" His face suddenly drained of what little color it had. "Admiral Rafferty? Today? A sneak inspection?" He slammed the phone down. "Iron Pants Rafferty is coming here. If he sees the state of this base, if he sees McHale's Island, I'll be commanding a rowboat in the Aleutians by sundown." Binghamton looked at his pills. He looked at his stomach. Then, A spark of devious, desperate genius lit up in his eyes. Carpenter, do I look sick to you? Terribly, sir. You look like death warmed over and then left out in the rain. Perfect, Binghamton smirked. If I'm sick, really sick, I can appoint an acting base commander. Someone to take the fall when Rafferty finds the moonshine steals and the hula girls. And I know. Just the sacrifice. Chapter 2. The Acting Commander's Orgy. Commander Quentin McHale was a man who viewed Navy regulations more as vague suggestions written by people who didn't live on islands. On his home turf of PT-73's island, life was good. There was a Japanese prisoner named Fuji, who was actually the best cook in the fleet, a steady supply of juice, and a crew that could strip a jeep for parts in under 40 seconds. When McHale was summoned to Binghamton's deathbed, he found the captain draped in a robe, groaning with the theatricality of a Shakespearean lead. McHale, Binghamton wheezed. I'm in bad shape. The medics. I'm appointing you. Acting base commander, McHale blinked. Me? Captain. I'm a saltwater skipper. I'd be no good behind a desk. Why not Carpenter? He's practically part of the furniture. Carpenter is a boob. Binghamton snapped, momentarily forgetting to be dying. It's you, McHale. And to help you, I'm appointing Ensign Parker as your executive officer. Parker, who was currently trying to salute and accidentally poking himself in the eye, looked horrified. Me, sir? Admiral? Captain. I'm not sure the Navy is ready for me to have that much executive power. Out! Both of you. Take command. Binghamton shooed them away, retreating under his covers with a predatory grin. The next 6 hours were pure, unadulterated chaos. McHale, realizing that being in charge meant he could finally approve all the things Binghamton had blocked, started signing papers with the reckless abandon of a lottery winner. Garter belts for the nurses? Approved. A shindig for the boys with full speed ahead? Approved. Clogged sinks? Tell the chief to use the fire hose. By the time Admiral Iron Pants Rafferty's plane touched down, Taratupa had transformed. It wasn't a naval base anymore. It was a carnival. The air raid shelter had been converted into a lounge featuring a troupe of local hula girls. And the petty officers' club was flowing with something that was definitely not pineapple juice. Binghamton, watching from his hospital window, was ecstatic. Rafferty is going to skin him alive, but McHale was faster. When the word came that Rafferty was approaching the air raid shelter, McHale gave the scramble order. In a blur of grass skirts and navy dungarees, the girls were hidden. The booze was stashed in the laundry boilers, and by the time the Admiral stepped inside, the crew was standing at rigid attention, polishing their belt buckles with such intensity they were nearly smoking. Rafferty looked around, his iron jaw set. Binghamton told me this place was a den of iniquity. He said there were women in the shelters. McHale looked shocked. Women, sir? The captain must be delirious. Combat fatigue, sir. It's a terrible thing. He's been having hallucinations about hula girls for weeks. When Rafferty visited the hospital to check on the sick captain, he found Binghamton screaming about hidden dancers in the laundry. Get back in bed, Binghamton, Rafferty growled. You're a sick man. McHale, proceed with the inspection. You're doing a fine job. Binghamton's screams of "But," there, in the boilers, echoed through the ward as he was forcibly sedated by a nurse who had finally received her garter belts. Chapter 3. The Sultan and the Sailor Princesses. Peace never lasted long on Taratupa. If it wasn't an admiral, it was royalty. A sultan? Michael asked, looking at the dispatch. The Sultan of Marami, Binghamton said, preening. He's arriving with his 3 daughters, the princesses. This is a diplomatic mission of the highest order. If any of your riffraff so much as breathes on a princess, I'll have you all in the brig until the year 1980. The Sultan arrived. A man of immense dignity and even more immense luggage. His daughters were veiled and silent, moving with a grace that suggested they were hiding a great deal. The trouble started when Gruber, the crew's resident con artist and hopeless romantic, decided he was in love with Princess Siri, During a boat ride on the 73, Gruber managed to convince the princess to sneak out for a moonlit reconnaissance mission. When the engine conked out, leaving them stranded, the crew had to improvise. The Sultan wanted his daughters to perform a traditional Marani dance at the captain's dinner, but with Siri missing, there were only 2 princesses. "We need a 3rd princess," McHale whispered frantically in the kitchen. "I'm not doing it," Parker said, already backed into a corner. "Parker, you're the only one small enough to fit into the silk robes." 10 minutes later, Princess Parker emerged, veiled heavily and sporting a pair of size 10 combat boots hidden under a flowy hem. The dance began. The Sultan watched with a critical eye. "My daughter. She seems to have developed a very muscular calf," the Sultan remarked, leaning in. "It's the mountain air in Marami, Your Highness." Binghamton sweated. Very good for the lower limbs. But Binghamton, always suspicious, noticed a stray hair on the 3rd princess's face, a hair that looked suspiciously like a mustache. In a fit of protective rage, he lunged forward and ripped off the veil. "Aha! An impostor!" he screamed. The Sultan stood up, trembling with rage. "You dare lay hands on a royal? You dare suggest my daughter is a bumbling American ensign? But look at him!" Binghamton pointed at the terrified, lipstick-smeared Parker. "He's got a 5 o'clock shadow. It is a Marani birthmark," the Sultan roared. "McHale, take me back to my ship. This captain is an infidel and a boor." As the Sultan departed in a huff, Binghamton was left holding a silk veil and a one-way ticket to a very long, very angry meeting with the State Department. Chapter 4. Sydney, the law-abiding alligator. The ultimate showdown between Binghamton and the crew of the 73 didn't involve torpedoes or spies. It involved a reptile. It started with a stolen wallet. Binghamton's wallet, containing $900 of Ensign Carpenter's back pay. He had left it as bait, hoping to catch McHale in an act of theft. Instead, Sydney found it. Sydney was an alligator that the crew had adopted after Parker shared a peanut butter sandwich with him. Sydney had a refined palate for legumes and a strange habit of retrieving things from the swamp. "McHale, you stole my wallet," Binghamton bellowed, storming the island with a squad of MPs. "I found my ID card in Parker's shack." "I didn't steal it, sir," Parker cried. "An alligator gave it to me." "An alligator? Do you think I was born yesterday?" "You're going to a court-martial, Parker." Grand larceny. The trial was a masterpiece of military absurdity. Parker acted as his own defense attorney, which was his first mistake. His second was trying to call Sydney as a witness. "I object," Binghamton yelled. "You can't swear in a reptile. The defense has the right to present evidence," McHale shouted from the back. Just as the judge was about to gavel Parker into a life sentence, the doors of the courtroom burst open. McHale and Gruber entered, struggling with a very large, very content-looking alligator. "Exhibit A," McHale announced. The courtroom descended into a riot. Sydney, sensing a captive audience, waddled toward the judge's bench. In his mouth was a soggy, leather wallet. "He's got it," Parker cheered. "Sydney, give it to the judge." Sydney, however, decided he liked the wallet. It tasted like expensive leather and Lieutenant Carpenter's sweat. It took 3 sailors, a bucket of peanut butter, and a fire extinguisher to get the wallet back. When the judge opened it, out fell 9 crisp $100 bills, all marked with Binghamton's initials. "Aha," the judge said, looking at Binghamton. "So, Captain, you admit to trapping your officers with marked money? That sounds like entrapment and conduct unbecoming." Binghamton looked at Sydney. Sydney hissed. I'd like to drop the charges," Binghamton whimpered. "Good idea," the judge said. "And someone get that alligator a sandwich." Chapter 5. The Haunted PT-13. Desperate to break the crew's morale, Binghamton decided to use their own superstitions against them. He assigned them to a new boat, PT-13. "It's jinxed, Skip," Willie moaned. "The 13, it's the Jonah boat. Every crew that's had it has ended up in the drink," Binghamton had even faked a series of historical reports about the boat being haunted by the ghost of PT-13. They'll be begging for a transfer to the front lines, Binghamton chuckled to Carpenter. I'll have them so scared of their own shadows, they'll jump overboard at the first creak. But McHale's crew didn't just get scared, they got even. That night, as Binghamton sat in his office, the lights began to flicker. A low moaning sound drifted through the vents. Carpenter, is that you? Binghamton asked, his voice trembling. I'm right here, sir, Carpenter said, pointing at the window. Outside, rising from the lagoon, was the ghost ship. PT-13, draped in glowing seaweed, actually phosphorus-painted fishing nets, drifted silently toward the pier. On the deck stood figures in tattered uniforms, their faces glowing with an eerie light. Wah! Binghamton. A spectral voice echoed. It sounded suspiciously like McHale, speaking through a megaphone and a bucket of water. We've come for the transfers. The ghosts, Binghamton screamed, diving under his desk. They want the transfer papers. Give them the papers, or we haunt your antacid supply. Forever. Forever. Binghamton scrambled to his filing cabinet, pulled out the transfer requests he had been holding over the crew's heads, and threw them out the window. Take them. Just leave me alone. The ghosts scooped up the papers. The boat's engines roared to life, sounding remarkably like the 73. And the apparition vanished into the mist. The next morning, McHale and the boys were back on the 73, looking refreshed and decidedly unhaunted. Morning, Captain, McHale called out. Here, you had a little ghost trouble last night. Terrible thing, superstition. Binghamton just glared, his eyebrows still slightly singed from the phosphorus flare he'd accidentally knocked over. Chapter 6. The Great Payroll Heist of Noumea. The final straw came when the 73 was sent to New Caledonia to pick up the base payroll $62,000 in cash. If they lose this, Binghamton told the admiral, I'll have them in front of a firing squad. It's a foolproof plan. I've sent them into a town full of gamblers, thieves, and French girls. In Noumea, the inevitable happened. Parker, entrusted with the bag, managed to get himself knocked out by a falling lamppost, or so he claimed. When he woke up, the money was gone. The only clue I have, Parker sobbed, is a girl's ankle. She had a birthmark, a little brown heart. The crew went on a frantic search through the streets of Noumea. They checked every cafe, every dance hall, and every sidewalk. They became Uncle Inspectors, much to the confusion of the local French population. Pardon me, mademoiselle, Gruber would say, lifting a tablecloth. They finally spotted the thief, a man in a grey suit carrying the canvas bag. The chase led through the marketplace, under laundry lines, and finally to an old, abandoned fort. Binghamton, who had flown in to supervise the arrest, was hot on their heels. I've got you now, McHale. You've stashed the money in that old cannon. Don't do it, sir, McHale yelled. That cannon is an antique. It's unstable. I don't care. I want the evidence. Binghamton lunged for the cannon. But a Japanese Zero suddenly appeared in the sky, beginning a strafing run. Take cover. In the chaos, Parker, trying to be a hero, grabbed a torch and accidentally lit the fuse of the old cannon. Boom! The cannon didn't fire a ball. It fired a cloud of green paper. $62,000 rained down over the fort like manna from heaven. The strafing Zero, blinded by the sudden blizzard of currency, swerved and crashed into the lagoon. Binghamton stood in the center of the clearing, covered in $20 bills. See, Captain, McHale said, casually picking a $100 bill off Binghamton's shoulder. We told you the money was safe. We were just airing it out. Binghamton began to count. 1, 2, 3. As the sun set over the Pacific, the crew of PT-73 headed back to their boat, their pockets slightly heavier and their spirits high. They had survived another week of war, another week of Binghamton, and they still had enough peanut butter left for Sydney. In the distance, the sound of Binghamton counting into the thousands echoed over the water, a rhythmic reminder that on Taratupa, the only thing more certain than the tide was the fact that McHale would always have the last laugh. The Pirates of Taratupa, a novel of naval misadventure and South Pacific shenanigans. Chapter 1. The Admiral's Ulcer. The sun over the island of Taratupa was not a friendly celestial body. It was a vengeful, heat-radiating hammer that beat down upon the corrugated tin roofs of the naval base until they groaned in metallic agony. Inside the main office, Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, known to his men, though never to his face, as Old Lead Bottom, was having a morning that was remarkably worse than the weather. Binghamton clutched his stomach as if he were trying to prevent his internal organs from staging a mutiny. "My stomach acid could start a car," he groaned. His loyal, if somewhat dim-witted, aide, Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, hovered nearby. "I don't care," Binghamton roared, his face turning a shade of purple that matched the tropical sunset. "Do you realize what a mess this place is in? The sinks in the Petty Officers Club are backing up, the nurses are demanding garter belts, and I just got word that Iron Pants Rafferty is arriving today for a sneak inspection." The name Rafferty struck cold terror into the heart of every man on the base. Admiral Rafferty didn't just conduct inspections, he conducted autopsies on naval careers. "If I'm sick," Binghamton whispered, a predatory glint entering his eyes, "I could appoint an acting base commander. He would have to face the Admiral. He would be the one Rafferty dismantles bit by bit." Carpenter blinked. "Brilliant, sir. But who would be foolish enough to take the job?" Binghamton's gaze drifted toward the window, looking out toward the lagoon, where a battered, grease-stained PT boat sat. Quinton McHale and his crew of pirates were the bane of Binghamton's existence. They ran a moonshine still, they gambled, they wore flowered shirts, and they treated the Navy's regulations like optional suggestions. "Sir," Carpenter warned, "with McHale in charge, they'll run wild." "Exactly," Binghamton cackled. "They'll destroy themselves right in front of the Admiral." "Carpenter, call the medic. I'm having a heart attack, or a stroke, or perhaps a very convincing fainting spell." Within the hour, McHale was summoned to the sickbed of his commander. Binghamton lay there, draped in a robe, looking like a man who had seen the end of the world and found it mildly disappointing. "McHale," the captain wheezed, "I'm a very sick man. I'm appointing you acting base commander." McHale, a rugged man with a perpetual smirk, looked suspicious. "Me, Captain? I'm a saltwater skipper. I'd be no good behind a desk." "I'm giving you help," Binghamton insisted. "I'm appointing Ensign Parker here as your acting executive officer. Chuck Parker, a man whose primary relationship with gravity was one of constant struggle, stood at attention, accidentally knocking over a tray of medical instruments. "Oh, boy. Did you hear that, Skipper? You won't regret this, Captain." Binghamton closed his eyes, a small, wicked smile playing on his lips. "I know I won't. Now get out. I need to suffer in peace." Chapter 2. The Sultan and the Garter Belts. Commanding a naval base was not, as McHale soon discovered, about strategy or courage. It was about garter belts. "Yes, ma'am," McHale barked into the telephone in Binghamton's office. "We found the items. I'll have them sent over to the nurses' quarters right away." He hung up and turned to Parker, who was wearing a helmet 2 sizes too large and holding 3 different clipboards. "Parker, we've got a problem. The CBs are building an air raid shelter in the middle of the rifle range, and the Petty Officers Club is underwater. On it, Skip." Parker saluted, his hand striking his own helmet with a resonant clang. The chaos was interrupted by a high-priority signal. A Sultan was arriving. Not just any Sultan, but the Sultan of Marami, a key ally whose islands were being threatened by the Japanese. He was arriving with his 3 daughters. The princesses and the admiral expected them to be treated with the utmost wowie wow wow respect. When the Sultan stepped off the PT-73, which McHale had used to rescue him after a forced landing, the crew was mesmerized. The Sultan was a man of immense dignity, draped in silks, followed by 3 young women who looked like they had stepped out of a dream. "Greetings, Your Highness," McHale said, bowing low. "I am Commander McHale. We are here to serve you." The Sultan looked at the bumbling crew, specifically at Happy, who was trying to hide a smuggled pineapple under his shirt. Are these men to be trusted with my priceless cargo? Absolutely, sir. McHale lied with the practiced ease of a man who had survived 3 years of naval combat. But Binghamton, watching from his sickbed window, saw an opportunity. He had recovered just enough to host a grand dinner for the Sultan. He wanted to show the Sultan and the admiral that Taratupa was a bastion of discipline. McHale, Binghamton whispered later that evening, cornering him near the mess hall. I want those girls out of sight. They are a distraction to the men, and if I catch one of your pirates near them, I'll have you all in the brig. But the pirates had other ideas. Gruber, the crew's resident hustler, had already promised one of the princesses, Siri, a boat ride. It's for international relations, Skip, Goba insisted. That night, under a full moon, the PT-73 slipped out of the lagoon with a princess on board. At the same time, Binghamton was hosting the Sultan and the other 2 daughters. Where is my daughter, Siri? The Sultan demanded, his voice like rolling thunder. Binghamton paled. She's resting, Your Highness. The tropical air, you know, very draining. Desperate, Binghamton turned to Carpenter. Find her, or find a substitute. If the Sultan thinks we've lost a princess, he'll declare war on the Navy. In a sequence of events that defied all logic and most naval regulations, Carpenter was dressed in a veil and a sarong. He was forced to dance for the Sultan in the dim light of the banquet hall. She is a very sturdy daughter, the Sultan remarked, watching Siri, Carpenter, stumble through a rhythmic clumsiness that vaguely resembled a hula dance. The charade ended when McHale returned with the real Siri, just as the admiral walked in. The admiral looked at the dancing Carpenter, then at the real princess, and finally at Binghamton, who was trying to hide under the tablecloth. Binghamton, the admiral barked. Is this a naval base or a drag show? Chapter 3. The Jinx of PT-13. Following the Sultan disaster, Binghamton was more determined than ever to break McHale's spirit. He decided to use the crew's only weakness, superstition. Para, Masia, Mara. I found a way, Elroy. Binghamton chuckled, holding a forged document. We'll convince them that the PT-73 is actually the PT-13, the most jinxed boat in the history of the fleet. We'll tell them every crew that ever sailed her met a watery grave. He planted the letter in the files, knowing the crew would find it. Skip, Willie said, his eyes wide with terror. It says here, the first crew was drowned. Blown up when the gas tanks exploded. The second crew vanished without a trace. It's a floating Jonah, Happy added, clutching his lucky rabbit's foot so hard his knuckles were white. Even McHale found it hard to argue with the evidence Binghamton kept accidentally leaving around. But then, the crew decided to fight fire with ghosts. That night, the base was haunted. Binghamton was in his shack, nursing a glass of warm milk, when the lights began to flicker. A low, mournful, moaning echoed through the walls. Who's there? Binghamton demanded, his voice trembling. We are the ghosts of PT-13. A voice boomed. Binghamton looked out the window to see 3 glowing ethereal figures drifting across the lawn. They were draped in white sheets, illuminated by hidden flashlights, and one of them was suspiciously short and bumbling. We've come back from the grave, Captain. The ghost of McHale wailed. We need the transfers. We want to leave this jinxed boat. We need the transfer. We want to leave this jinxed boat. Terrified, Binghamton threw a stack of transfer papers out the window. Take them. Just go back to the deep. The ghosts vanished, and the next morning, McHale arrived at the office, perfectly alive and holding the signed transfers. Captain, McHale said with a grin. I hear you had a bit of a ghostly visitation last night. We'd like to stay on the 73, actually. We've decided to brave the jinx. Binghamton's face turned a shade of red that suggested an imminent volcanic eruption. You blackmailing pirates. Chapter 4. Laughing, Gas and Heroes. The final straw for Binghamton came when Ensign Parker accidentally ran over the captain with a jeep. It was an accident involving a stuck gear and a distracted Parker, but Binghamton had reached his limit. I'm convening a fitness board, Binghamton screamed, his head wrapped in bandages. Parker is finished. He's a disgrace to the uniform. McHale knew Parker wouldn't survive a formal hearing. The ensign's record was a laundry list of unintentional destruction. But luck, in the form of a dental emergency, intervened. McHale had a wisdom tooth pulled and came back from the base dentist in a state of euphoric hysteria thanks to a heavy dose of nitrous oxide. The laughing gas, Gruber whispered, his eyes lighting up. If we can get old Leadbottom to breathe some of that stuff before the fitness board arrives, he'll be so happy he'll promote Parker to admiral. The crew rigged a tank of laughing gas to the ventilation system of Binghamton's office. Just as the fitness board led by the stern Admiral Shoemaker arrived, the gas began to flow. Binghamton, who had been prepared to deliver a scathing indictment of Parker's character, suddenly found the world to be a very, very funny place. And another thing, Binghamton giggled, pointing at Parker. He torpedoed a garbage scow. He thought it was a midget submarine camouflaged with potato peels. Isn't that a riot? Admiral Shoemaker stared. Captain, are you quite well? I'm Chucky Wacky, Binghamton sang, grabbing the Admiral's gold-braided hat and putting it on his own head. Let's all have a party. Look at the frangipani flies. The fitness board was aghast. But then, a real air raid siren began to wail. A lone Japanese bomber had broken through the perimeter. While the base scrambled for cover, Parker, still terrified and confused, stumbled out into the open. He tripped over a machine gun mount, and as he fell, his hand caught the trigger. Rat-tat-tat-tat. By sheer, astronomical fluke, the stream of bullets caught the bomber's fuel line. The plane erupted in a fireball and crashed into the sea. Binghamton, still high on gas, danced on the hood of a jeep. Did you see that? Dead-eye, Parker. He shot it down with his eyes closed. Admiral Shoemaker was impressed. Any man who stands laughing in the face of death like that is a hero. Captain Binghamton, I think your assessment of this officer was surprisingly insightful. Aitantina, yor kamuna. By the time the gas wore off, Parker had been awarded a commendation, and Binghamton was left with a headache that felt like a troop of Marines was practicing bayonet drills inside his skull. Chapter 5. Sydney the Alligator. Life on Taratupa eventually settled back into its usual rhythm of illicit gambling and avoiding work. But then came Sydney. Sydney was an alligator. A small, surprisingly friendly alligator that Parker had adopted as a mascot. You can't keep an alligator on a PT boat, Parker, McHale shouted. But Skip, he loves my mother's peanut butter sandwiches. Sydney proved his worth when Binghamton hatched a plan to trap McHale for theft. Binghamton had marked 9 $100 bills and placed them in his wallet, which he then lost near the crew's quarters. He waited for one of the pirates to pick it up so he could call the shore patrol, but Sydney found the wallet first. The alligator, smelling the faint scent of peanut butter on Parker's hands, had followed the ensign. He snapped up the wallet, thinking it was a snack, and retreated to the swamp. When Binghamton couldn't find his wallet, he panicked. I didn't steal it, Captain, McHale said calmly. Sydney did. Who is Sydney? A code name for a pickpocket. He's an alligator, sir. Binghamton's screams of frustration could be heard as far away as Australia. He hauled the entire crew into a court-martial, determined to prove that Sydney was a fabrication. But in the middle of the proceedings, Sydney himself waddled into the courtroom. He had the wallet in his mouth. Exhibit A, Parker shouted, pointing at the alligator. Sydney dropped the wallet at the feet of the judge advocate. The bills were there, marked and perfectly preserved, but as the captain reached for them, Sydney snapped his jaws shut, narrowly missing Binghamton's fingers. The witness refuses to be cross-examined, McHale noted. The case was dismissed, and Sydney was officially named the base's honorary security guard, much to Binghamton's eternal chagrin. Chapter 6. The New Caledonia Payroll. The final great adventure began with a trip to New Caledonia. Binghamton had to attend a high-level conference, and he was forced to take the PT-73 as his transport. I am restricting you all to the boat, Binghamton ordered as they docked in the beautiful, French-influenced port. If I see one sailor in town, I'll have your stripes. Naturally, the moment Binghamton left for his conference, the crew hit the town. Parker was tasked with picking up the base payroll, $62,000 in cash from the naval paymaster. On his way back, he was distracted by a beautiful woman with a heart-shaped birthmark on her ankle. While Parker was admiring the scenery, a group of local thieves knocked him unconscious and made off with the money. When McHale found the groggy ensign, he knew they were in trouble. If we don't find that 62 grand before Binghamton gets back, we're all going to be serving 20 years in Leavenworth. The crew went on a desperate hunt through New Caledonia. They used Parker's only clue, the girl with the heart birthmark. They checked every cafe, every dance hall, and every uncle's only viewing opportunity they could find. They finally spotted the thieves near an old fort. A high-speed chase through the cobblestone streets ensued, involving a stolen bakery truck, a fruit stand, and a very confused French gendarme. They cornered the thieves just as Binghamton was returning to the dock. The thieves had stashed the money inside an old ceremonial cannon near the harbor. "I knew it," Binghamton shouted, seeing McHale and his crew near the cannon. "You've stolen the payroll. You're trying to hide it." "Wait, Captain," McHale shouted. "We're trying to recover it." In the confusion, a stray ember from a pirate's cigar landed on the cannon's fuse. Boom! The cannon fired. But instead of a cannonball, a cloud of $62,000 erupted into the sky. It rained money over the entire harbor. Sailors, locals, and even the French gendarme scrambled to catch the fluttering bills. "Manna from heaven," Gruber shouted. Catching a $50 bill, Binghamton stood in the middle of the currency storm, his mouth hanging open. He began to count. 1, 2, 3, 42,365. By sunset, the crew had managed to recover every single dollar, thanks to some aggressive donating back from the locals. McHale handed the bag to a stunned Binghamton. "All there, Captain, every cent." Binghamton looked at the bag, then at McHale, then at the scorched cannon. He looked like a man who had finally realized that he was living in a universe that simply didn't want him to win. "McHale," Binghamton whispered. "Yes, Captain, get the boat ready. We're going back to Taratupa." "Aye, aye, sir." As the PT-73 roared out of the harbor, leaving the chaos of New Caledonia behind, the crew broke out a hidden stash of champagne. They had survived Rafferty, the Sultan, the Jinx, the Laughing Gas, and the Alligator. On the bridge, McHale looked out at the vast, blue Pacific. He knew that tomorrow, Binghamton would have a new plan to destroy them, and he knew that tomorrow, the pirates of the PT-73 would find a way to make it the funniest day of the captain's life. "To the Navy," Parker toasted, accidentally spilling his drink down the back of the captain's neck. Binghamton didn't even scream. He just stared into the horizon and whispered to himself, "Why me? Why is it always me?" The end. The Pirates of Taratupa. The Unofficial Memoirs of a Very Stressed Captain. Chapter 1. The Stomach Acid That Could Start a Jeep. Captain Wallace B. Binghamton was a man whose blood pressure was currently high enough to power a small destroyer. He sat behind his desk on the humid, mosquito-infested island of Taratupa, staring at a requisition form for garter belts. "Wow, wow, wow, wow," he muttered, his voice reaching a pitch that only dogs and particularly anxious seagulls could hear. "Garter belts. You are the supply officer here, Carpenter. If the nurses need garter belts, then you snap to it. Shake a leg. Oh, you know what I mean." Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, a man who possessed the backbone of a jellyfish and the tactical mind of a slow-moving garden snail, hovered nervously. "Sir, everything is on my shoulders, but I have worse news. I just got a message from a pal of mine at Confleet. Admiral Iron Pants. Rafferty is arriving today on a sneak inspection." Binghamton's face turned a shade of purple that was technically not found in the official Navy color palette. "Iron Pants? Here? Now? Look at this place. The sinks in the Petty Officers Club are backing up, the grass is overgrown, and McHale's crew is probably running a floating casino as we speak. The phone rang. Binghamton snatched it up. Hello, yes, this is Captain Binghamton. Who did you expect? Tokyo Rose? The sinks are backing up? I'm the commanding officer, not a plumber. Get out. He slammed the phone down and reached for a bottle of pills. My stomach acid could start a car. Carpenter. It really could. Please, sir, take it easy on those, Carpenter pleaded. They give you indigestion. I don't care. I just don't care. Binghamton's eyes suddenly glazed over with a spark of genius or madness. Wait a minute. If I was sick, really sick, I could appoint an acting base commander. He would have to face the admiral. Not me. Someone else could take the fall for the backed-up sinks and the general air of mutiny. Carpenter nodded vigorously. Absolutely brilliant, sir. You do look terribly sick. I do, don't I? Binghamton collapsed onto a makeshift cot. Call the medic, quickly. I'm fading. I'm paying the supreme price for my service. Within minutes, Commander Quinton McHale was summoned. McHale was the antithesis of Binghamton. Relaxed, grinning, and followed by a crew that looked like they had been shipwrecked in a tropical brewery. What's wrong, Captain? McHale asked, looking at the groaning officer. Oh, McHale. I'm in bad shape, Binghamton wheezed. Tests. So many tests. I have to appoint an acting base commander. I was going to pick Carpenter, but, well, he's a boob. Sir, Carpenter protested, though he didn't strictly disagree. So, McHale, you're it, Binghamton said, a hidden smirk buried under his feigned agony. And Ensign Parker here will be your acting executive officer. Parker, a man who once managed to accidentally torpedo a garbage scow, beamed. Oh boy. Thanks, Captain. You'll never regret this. I know I won't, Binghamton whispered to himself. Chapter 2. The Hula Hula Inspection. The transition of power was instantaneous and catastrophic. McHale and Parker took over the office with the enthusiasm of children who had just been given the keys to a candy store. Except, the candy was ammunition, and the store was a strategic naval outpost. The sinks are still plugged. Skip, Chief Bell reported, walking into the office with a handful of garter belts. And we found these items for the nurses. Good news, Chief, Parker shouted into the phone. Lieutenant, we found the garter belts. I'll have them sent over right away. You're welcome, ma'am. Chaos reigned. Within the hour, the Seabees were accidentally building a rifle range in the middle of the airfield, and the radar was tracking what appeared to be a nip sub, but turned out to be a particularly large migratory bird. Meanwhile, McHale's crew, the pirates of PT-73, decided that the best way to celebrate the new command was to throw a shindig. Full speed ahead on the party, McHale told Gruber. By the time Admiral Iron Pants Rafferty's plane touched down, Taratupa had been transformed into a Roman orgy. Hula girls were dancing on the docks. The sailors were drinking something that smelled suspiciously like fermented coconut milk, and there was a pervasive sense of joy that was strictly forbidden by Navy regulations. Binghamton, watching from his sickbed in the infirmary, was ecstatic. They've done it, Carpenter. They've turned Taratupa into a regular Sodom and Gomorrah. When Rafferty sees this, McHale is finished, but McHale was no fool. Word of the Admiral's arrival reached the office just in time. Iron Pants is here? McHale yelled. Action stations. Hide the girls. Hide the booze. Parker, get those garter belts off your neck. I thought it was a lay. Skip. Parker panicked. They managed to shove the hula dancers into an air raid shelter just as Rafferty's jeep pulled up. The Admiral, a man whose face looked like it had been carved out of a very grumpy granite block, stepped out. Welcome to Taratupa, sir, McHale said, saluting so hard his arm vibrated. Acting Base Commander McHale, at your service. Where is Binghamton? Rafferty barked. In the hospital, sir. Hallucinations. It's combat fatigue, McHale lied, effortlessly. Binghamton, unable to wait for the fallout, ran out of the infirmary in a seaman's uniform he had stolen. Admiral, Admiral, don't believe him. They have hula girls in the air raid shelter. It's a disgrace. Rafferty stared at the frantic captain. Binghamton, Why are you dressed like a sailor? And what is this nonsense about girls? In the shelter, sir. I saw them. They marched to the shelter. Rafferty threw open the door. Inside were not hula girls, but a group of sailors vigorously cleaning gas masks. Girls? Binghamton? Rafferty asked icily. You've been in the sun too long. Back to bed. That's an order. Binghamton was dragged away, screaming about grass skirts, while McHale winked at Parker. The girls had been moved to the base laundry 10 minutes prior. Chapter 3. The Sultan and the Impostor. Peace, or the Taratupa version of it, did not last long. The admiral soon notified Binghamton, who had been cured of his hallucinations, that a very important guest was arriving. The Sultan of Marami and his 3 princesses. This is our chance, Carpenter, Binghamton said. We make an impression on the Sultan. We get a commendation. And I get promoted out of this jungle. To ensure McHale didn't ruin things, Binghamton ordered the PT-73 out on a useless reconnaissance mission to Aku Aku. However, fate had other plans. The Sultan's plane developed engine trouble and forced him down near the very island where McHale was scouting. McHale rescued the Sultan, but not before Parker almost debased the royal dignity. Wowie, wow, wow, Parker said, staring at the princesses. You guys are real-life royals? Do we bow? Which way is Mecca? The next man who dares to debase the dignity of the princesses will answer to me, the Sultan thundered. By the time they reached the main base, the Sultan was thrilled with McHale and insisted he attend the state dinner. This drove Binghamton to the brink. During the dinner, things went south. Parker and the crew had smuggled a princess out for a boat ride, and to cover her absence, they dressed one of the sailors, Virgil, in a veil and royal robes. Binghamton, suspicious as always, began to poke around the princesses. There's something fishy, Binghamton whispered. He approached the veiled Virgil. I know who you are, you phony Balinese bunny. You're under arrest. He ripped off the veil. Virgil, wearing a heavy amount of lipstick and a very confused expression, stared back. Captain, the Sultan screamed. You have insulted my bloodline. You have laid hands on a princess who appears to have a very masculine jawline. But regardless, this is an outrage. It's a sailor, sir. Look at the hairy legs, Binghamton shouted. But the real princess stepped out from behind a curtain. Having just returned, Binghamton had accidentally tackled the wrong impostor. The Sultan departed in a huff, promising to complain to Washington, while Binghamton sat in the remains of the dessert tray, wondering if the Navy would let him transfer to a lighthouse in the Arctic. Chapter 4. Laughing Gas and Heroism. The feud reached a boiling point when Binghamton decided to convene a fitness board to officially kick Ensign Parker out of the Navy. The man is a menace, Binghamton told the visiting Admiral Shoemaker. He torpedoed a garbage scow. He thought it was a nip sub camouflaged with potato peels. McHale knew he had to save Parker. He came up with a plan involving a tank of nitrous oxide laughing gas stolen from the dental clinic. If we can get Binghamton in a happy mood, he'll cancel the hearing, McHale told the crew. They rigged the gas to the ventilation of Binghamton's office. As the fitness board began, the gas started to flow. Binghamton, who had been screaming at Parker, suddenly began to giggle. You torpedoed a scow? Binghamton laughed, tears streaming down his face. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Chucky Wucky, you're a riot. Admiral Shoemaker was horrified. Binghamton, have you lost your mind? This is a serious hearing. Oh, lighten up, Shuey. Binghamton slapped the Admiral on the back. Let's dance. Chucky, go get some hula girls. Suddenly, an actual air raid siren wailed. A Japanese bomber was spotted. Parker, still high on the drifting gas, wandered out to a deck gun. He was laughing so hard he could barely see. He pulled the trigger, randomly, spinning around in circles. Boom. By some miracle of physics and luck, the shell struck the bomber's fuel tank. The plane disintegrated. Admiral Shoemaker stood in awe. Magnificent. The boy stood laughing in the face of death. He's a hero. Cancel the hearing. Parker is a combat legend. Binghamton, now coming down from the gas and realizing he had just called the Admiral Shuey, fainted into a bush. Chapter 5. Sydney, the alligator. Just when Binghamton thought he couldn't be more humiliated, he decided to set a trap for McHale using his own wallet. He marked $900 in bills and dropped the wallet near the PT-73 dock, hoping someone would steal it. Instead, a local alligator named Sydney, who had a fondness for Ensign Parker's mother's peanut butter sandwiches, swallowed the wallet whole. "McHale stole my wallet," Binghamton screamed at a court-martial. "I have the ID card. It was in the thief's possession." "Sir, Sydney the alligator took it," Parker explained. "He's a good boy. He just likes leather. An alligator? You expect this court to believe an alligator stole my money?" McHale and the crew spent the night hunting Sydney. They finally caught him and dragged the reptile into the courtroom as a key witness. "Open up, Sydney," Parker coaxed, offering a peanut butter sandwich. The alligator yawned, and out popped Binghamton's wallet, perfectly preserved in lizard slime. "There's your evidence, sir," McHale's said. "But the money is missing," Binghamton shouted. Lieutenant Carpenter, who had been sitting quietly, suddenly turned pale. "Sir, about the money. You told me to mark the serial numbers. And then I think I used that money to pay my back taxes." The court-martial ended with Binghamton chasing Carpenter around the courtroom with a gavel, while Sydney the alligator tried to eat the court reporter's hat. Chapter 6. The Ghost of PT-13. In a desperate bid to get the crew transferred, Binghamton tried to convince them that their boat was jinxed. He discovered a letter claiming the 73 was originally the PT-13, a boat with a history of explosions and disappearances. The crew, being sailors and therefore profoundly superstitious, were terrified. "We're Jonah, Skip," Gruber cried. "We're doomed." McHale realized Binghamton was faking the haunting. He decided to haunt him back. That night, the crew, dressed in white sheets, and rigged the base with ghostly sounds. Binghamton was woken by the sound of moaning. Wally Binghamton, who's there?" The captain shivered in his pajamas. "We are the ghosts of PT-13. McHale's voice echoed through a megaphone. "We've come for the man who faked our records." Binghamton ran into the night, screaming that the spirits were after him. He ran straight into Admiral Rogers, who was visiting for a late-night cigar. "Binghamton? Why are you wearing a bedsheet and shouting at the trees?" "The ghosts, sir. The PT-13 ghosts." "I've seen enough," Rogers sighed. "Binghamton, if you don't stop these theatrical outbursts, I'm gonna have you replaced by a very competent parrot." Chapter 7. The Great Payroll Heist. The final straw came in New Caledonia. Binghamton had entrusted McHale to pick up the $62,000 base payroll, hoping they would lose it so he could finally jail them. Through a series of slapstick errors involving a girl with a heart-shaped birthmark on her ankle and a very confused French baker, the payroll actually was stolen by a local gang of crooks. "The money's gone, Skip," Parker wailed. "We're going to the big house, the Stony Lonesome." They tracked the crooks to a warehouse. A massive chase ensued through the streets of New Caledonia. Binghamton, who had followed them to witness their theft, got caught in the crossfire. The crooks stashed the money inside an ancient, decorative cannon in the town square. During the final confrontation, Parker, trying to defend himself, accidentally lit the fuse of the cannon. Kaboom! Instead of a cannonball, $62,000 in small bills exploded into the air, raining down on the entire town. "Manna from heaven!" the locals shouted, grabbing at the falling cash. "My payroll!" Binghamton screamed, jumping into the air to catch the flying bills. 1, 2, 3, give me that 20. That's Navy property." As the sun set over the Pacific, McHale and his crew sat on the deck of the PT-73, sipping stolen champagne. In the distance, they could hear the faint, high-pitched "wow, wow, wow" of Captain Binghamton as he tried to explain to the Navy paymaster why the payroll smelled like gunpowder and was covered in New Caledonian pigeons. "You know, Skip," Parker said, leaning back, "life in the Navy isn't so bad. Only if you're a pirate, Chuck," McHale grinned. "Only if you're a pirate." The end. The Pirates of Taratupa. A Navy comedy of errors. Chapter 1. The Garter Belt Crisis and the Iron Pants Protocol. Taratupa Island was a humid, sun-scorched patch of sand and palm trees that the U.S. Navy had somehow designated as a strategic base. To the men of PT-73, it was a tropical playground where regulations were merely suggestions. To Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, known affectionately and exclusively behind his back as Old Lead Bottom, it was a purgatory designed to keep him from his rightful place as a rear admiral. On this particular Tuesday, the humidity was at a record high and the captain's patience was at a record low. He paced his office, his face a shade of red that rivaled the sunset. "Wow, wow, wow, wow," Binghamton shouted, waving a piece of paper. "Garter belts, Carpenter. You are the supply officer here. If the nurses need garter belts, you snap to it. Shake a leg." "Oh, you know what I mean." Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, the captain's ever-nervous shadow, flinched. "Sir, I'm trying, but the Pacific supply chain isn't exactly prioritized for hosiery. Everything is on my shoulders, sir." Binghamton ignored him, clutching his stomach. "It's not just the nurses. I just got a message from a pal at Comfleet. Admiral Iron Pants. Rafferty is arriving today on a sneak inspection." Rafferty. Do you know what he does to sloppy bases? He eats them for breakfast and spits out the brass buttons. The captain looked out his window. The base was a disaster. The sinks in the Petty Officers Club were backing up. Tokyo Rose was probably making jokes about their plumbing on the radio. And Commander Quinton McHale's crew was likely somewhere they shouldn't be, doing something they definitely shouldn't be doing. "I can't face him," Binghamton groaned, reaching for a bottle of pills. "My stomach acid could start a car. If I was sick, yes. If I was sick, I could appoint an acting base commander. He would have to deal with Rafferty's wrath, while I recover in the peaceful confines of the infirmary." Carpenter nodded vigorously. Binghamton's eyes narrowed. A wicked smile touched his lips. Not Julian, not some ninny, McHale. With McHale and his cutthroats in charge, they'll run wild. They'll destroy themselves right in front of the admiral. It's a supreme test, and they'll fail it spectacularly. Minutes later, Binghamton was sprawled on his office couch, groaning in theatrical agony. "Oh, the pain, the misery. Carpenter, call the medic. I'm paying. Oh, I'm going to pay." As McHale was ushered into the office, finding the captain in bad shape, the trap was set. Binghamton, with a voice vibrating with fake weakness, appointed McHale as acting base commander and the bumbling ensign Charles Parker as his executive officer. "Go to my office, McHale," Binghamton whispered. "Take command this minute." "That's an order." As McHale and Parker left, Binghamton sat up, his illness vanishing instantly. "This," he chuckled to Carpenter, "is going to be one of the happiest illnesses of my life." Chapter 2. The Sultan, the Sea, and the 73. Command didn't change McHale. It just gave him better resources. Within hours, the base's atmosphere shifted from military rigidity to something resembling a seaside resort. The garter belts were found. The sinks were, well, ignored in favor of a luau. And the crew of the PT-73 was operating at full speed ahead. But the chaos hit a new peak when a call came from the admiral. A Sultan Karim of Mirani was arriving with his 3 daughters, the princesses. The Nips were threatening his island, and the Navy needed to make a feather in our cap impression. A Sultan and 3 princesses? McHale mused in Binghamton's chair. Well, let's give them a welcome they'll never forget. When the Sultan arrived, he was a man of immense dignity and even more immense luggage. He looked at the PT-73 with skepticism. "These men," Karim asked, "are they to be trusted with a priceless cargo?" "Absolutely, Your Highness," McHale promised. "You're under the protection of the Navy now." However, the protection involved Ensign Parker. Wow, 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 wow. Like chickens, the Sultan, strangely, found the PT boat's speed exhilarating. He even took the wheel, nearly running the boat into a reef, while laughing like a child. McHale, ever the diplomat, managed to keep the boat afloat and the Sultan happy, much to the chagrin of Binghamton, who was watching through binoculars from the hospital window, fuming that his plan to humiliate McHale was backfiring. Binghamton decided to up the ante. He sent a nurse, Lieutenant Wilson, to check on McHale's health, hoping to catch him in a compromising position. Instead, the crew ended up hiding hula girls in the air raid shelter when Admiral Rafferty, the real one, actually showed up for his sneak inspection. "What is the meaning of this, Binghamton?" Rafferty roared, finding the captain in a seaman's uniform, chasing hallucinations of girls in the laundry shack. "They're there, Admiral. Hula girls. In the bomb shelter," Binghamton screamed. But when the doors were opened, all the Admiral saw was Ensign Parker conducting a 100% successful fire drill. Binghamton was hauled back to the hospital, screaming about conspiracies, while McHale received a commendation for maintaining base morale under duress. Chapter 3. The Fitness Board and the Laughing Gas Caper. The friction between Binghamton and Parker reached a boiling point when Parker, while practicing with a torpedo, accidentally sank a garbage scow. Binghamton saw his chance. He called for a fitness board to break Parker and send him back to civilian life. "He's a menace," Binghamton shouted at McHale. "A goofball. A regular Casey Jones of railroading. He's finished kaput." McHale knew he had to save his ensign. The crew came up with a plan that was as scientific as it was ridiculous. They had acquired a tank of nitrous oxide laughing gas from the base dentist. "If we can just get Lead Bottom in a happy mood," McHale explained, "he'll cancel the board. We just need to get him to breathe deeply." The plan went into action during a scheduled inspection of the shrubs near the captain's office. Gruber and the boys were spraying for frangipani flies, but the tanks were filled with the gas. Binghamton walked out, ready to bark orders, when he was hit with a cloud of sweet-smelling vapor. "What are you cutthroats doing?" "I. Ha. Ha ha. Why is the window stuck?" "That's hilarious. The window is stuck. Ha ha ha." Within minutes, the terrifying Captain Binghamton was a giggling mess. He hugged Chucky Wacky Parker and told him he was his best friend. He even ordered Carpenter to send a message to Confleet and cancel the fitness board. The potato juice has a kick, doesn't it? However, the gas wore off just as Admiral Shoemaker, the head of the fitness board, arrived. Binghamton, now sober and furious, realized he'd been duped. He tried to reinstate the charges, but an air raid siren cut him off. In the ensuing chaos, a high-flying nip plane dropped a stray bomb. Parker, still slightly buzzed from a residual whiff of the gas, stood out in the open, laughing in the face of death. He fired a single-handed shot from a machine gun, somehow hitting the plane's fuel line. The aircraft spiraled into the sea. Admiral Shoemaker was awestruck. "Magnificent. Anyone who stands laughing in the face of death like that was born to be an officer. Fitness board? This man deserves a medal." Binghamton could only watch in silent, vibrating rage, as Parker was toasted as a hero. Chapter 4. Sydney, the alligator, witness. Binghamton's next plot involved cold, hard cash. He decided to trap McHale with a wallet filled with marked $100 bills, the base payroll. He lost the wallet near the crew's shack, waiting for one of them to pocket the evidence. What he didn't account for was Sydney. Sydney was an alligator that the crew had adopted as a mascot, mostly because he liked Parker's mother's peanut butter sandwiches. Sydney found the wallet first. He didn't spend the money. He just carried it around in his mouth like a prize. When Binghamton burst into the shack with the MPs, shouting about grand larceny, McHale looked him in the eye. "Sir, I hate to say this, but Sydney stole your wallet." "Sydney? Is that a code name for you, McHale?" "No, sir. Sydney is an alligator." The ensuing court-martial was the most absurd event in the history of the Judge Advocate General's office. Parker acted as his own defense attorney, arguing that Sydney was a wallet retriever with an unhappy childhood. The prosecution was winning until McHale and the boys literally walked Sydney into the courtroom. The alligator was holding the wallet. "Exhibit A," McHale shouted. Binghamton tried to grab it, but Sydney snapped his jaws. In the confusion, Lieutenant Carpenter, terrified of the beast,